Auburn, by the way.
Ooh.
This is good. This is really very
This
good
is
for the
really good
listeners
radio.
as we catch up on the news over the weekend.
You catch up.
What
Well,
happened?
not over the weekend, over the last 2 weeks.
It was
yeah,
Friday,
it's been-
Or a week and a half. When was the last time I saw you?
It was me, you, and Gary McCarthy in a room. That's all I remember.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, and speaking of mayoral candidates, by the way, 6:36, Bob Fioretti's going to be here. Because ever since that interview, now everybody wants to be on the show.
I see. Now, is we also going to have Laura America First Daily? Speaking of viable candidates.
Yeah, possibly Bill Daley. I'm working on him for tomorrow.
Okay, Bill Daly.
He wants to rename the Dan Ryan the Barack Obama.
Well, there's been a shooting on the Obama. There's been a carjacking on the Obama. Yeah, it works. It works for me. I think the Eden should be renamed the Epstein, though, for Theo. I mean, what do you have to do? Theo Epstein gave us the best thing that's ever happened in the history of Chicago.
What? Oh, the
that thing that happened.
The thing.
Unless you're,
Chris Bryant,
unless you're a White Sox fan.
Transformation
Even I'm a
in my
White
mind.
Sox fan.
Come on.
I'm a White. Hey, Baldy, listen to me.
Hey.
Hey, take it easy.
Fighting words. Come on.
Hey. And I'm a Tigers fan. And by the way, we do not want to bring up what happened to Purdue in that bowl game. We'll just leave it at that.
What was the score?
63-14.
Oh, that stings.
Anyway,
That's
so
bad.
rename. By all means, rename. Now the
We'll
Ryan,
talk about it later,
Yeah, the
though,
Ryan
but still.
family's upset about this.
Oh,
I
they would
forgot.
be. I
He
would
was
be too.
He was a fungible Cook County board president. He was some hack
Yeah.
in city
It
government.
was he and Daley that put together the plan to get the Ryan actually built.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's why they want to
there
keep
you
it
go.
the Dan Ryan.
Mhm.
All right. Coming up on Chicago's
I'm
Morning
sorry,
Answer,
Mike. You
a
forgive me?
freshman senator announces his presence in Washington, D.C.
If you're talking about it, Dan and Amy are talking about it. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Warren Buffett's mentor, Benjamin Graham, said, "The essence of investment management is the management of risk, not returns." Hi, this is Joe Lopresti, president of Arlington Capital Management. I'm here to explain how we help manage our clients' exposure to risk. We're the creators of our proprietary proactive asset allocation strategy, known as PAS. It is designed to analyze important market trends and alert us to potential changes in the market. But that's only part of what I believe makes Arlington Capital Management unique. It's the care and personalized service we provide our clients that really defines us. We understand how important your financial goals are to you and your family, and we never take that responsibility lightly. It all starts by understanding the things that are most important to you. It's part of the Arlington Capital Management difference. To experience it for yourself, schedule your complimentary consultation by calling 855-471-5796. That's 855-471-5796, or visit arlington-capital.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggie capsules contain 100% vine-ripened fruits and vegetables, tested pure with no pesticides, fillers, or additives of any kind. And it is undeniably one of the most effective whole food supplements on the market today. You might ask, how can over 10 servings of 31 fruits and vegetables fit into 6 vegetarian capsules? Fruits and vegetables are on an average 85% water, some a little higher, some a little lower. Balance of Nature uses cold vacuum technology to take out the water and air, leaving only whole food, which maintains 99.9% of its original nutritional value. Along with diet and exercise, Mother Nature provides fruits and vegetables to help us maintain good health. Make sense? To order, go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751 and use discount code CHICAGO.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Do you have a family? Would you like to help make sure they'll be taken care of if anything were to happen to you? If you answered yes, you probably need life insurance. Now, do you think life insurance is expensive? If you answered yes to that too, you definitely need to give AIG Direct a call. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. 1-800-600-4850. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how affordably we can help you protect your family. Call AIG Direct now for your free quote. 1-800-600-4850. You could save up to 70%. That's 1-800-600-4850. 1-800-600-4850.
Safety. It's so important at your industrial facility. You need to keep your personnel safe and meet OSHA requirements. One problem with your ladders, platforms, or safety guards, and you could be facing costly fines. Vans Industrial helps you meet OSHA standards to keep your employees safe.
Hi, I'm Dave Van Camp, president of Vans Industrial. As a business owner, I realize the importance of keeping my employees safe, and I'm here to offer my expertise. Vans Industrial is a specialty contractor uniquely equipped to design, fabricate, and install safety equipment, including walkways, handrails, stairways, and machinery guards. Our Vans Industrial team can inspect existing systems, engineer solutions, fabricate quality goods, and install them with trained pros, all making a safer environment for your employees.
Vans uses only the best and safest union-trained mechanics, insured at the highest level, to perform the job right. Call 833-VANS-IND. That's 833-VANS-IND. Or on the web at vansindustrial.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
So in case you missed it, you know, the New Year's Eve celebrations on television, you have Anderson Cooper, and he's with Andy Cohen. Yeah, because Kathy Griffin, you know, she got the boot after doing the New Year's Eve celebration every year. She got the boot for holding up a head of a bloody Trump. Remember that?
And recently she made herself look like Melania. And the problem with that is...
Melania, she shaved her head almost.
Well, but here's the...
She has the Bruce Wolf hairdo.
But here's the thing.
She does.
Melania... It's one thing when, like, Joan Rivers would make fun of a fat Elizabeth Taylor because Elizabeth Taylor had lost it by that point. But Kathy Griffin is making fun of Melania, who is still, you know, in her prime, relatively speaking. So Kathy Griffin just looked scary. It didn't work. So that didn't work either. Making fun of either of the Trumps didn't work.
Well, regardless, she did not have a job New Year's Eve. And so Anderson Cooper, you know, from AC 360, 75, 294, 7+.
Gloria Vanderbilt's son.
Right. Oh, we'll get to that because he talks about his mom, if you know what I mean. Chicka, chicka, chow. Who talks about their mom's sex life? But before he started talking about his
with a lot of problems.
Mom's sex life, he had a sip of tequila, or a shot of tequila.
Top of the hour to you from here in Times Square.
Is that your Irish accent?
No, it's just, I don't know what it is.
Oh,
Top
my God.
of the hour.
Here we are, me and Anderson, and hundreds of thousands of people in the rain in Times
it's
Square.
our hourly toast.
It's not making it any less
Another
fun.
toast.
Cheers.
Cheers if you have at home, if you're driving, but feel free to toast along with us.
Absolutely. You know what? Everybody here seems to be having a great time.
It sounds like you.
It's like burning your lungs.
Burning your lungs. Feels good to me. We have some great guests and musical acts still to come tonight. Grammy winners,
He was
Oscar
shaking his
winners.
head.
We have a surprise guest too. I'm very special, but right now two especially special guests.
He couldn't even finish the sentence because Anderson Cooper's not a drinker.
Apparently not. Here's the thing.
But it reminded me of you if you ever did a shot of tequila. All of a sudden,
Right. Well, actually, the joke about me was that Dan and I celebrated New Year's Day, 2011, by being on the air. First of all, so we were.
They
on
had
the
a
air.
show.
Had a show. I think it was a Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. And then we went out with the producer, and Dan's drinking the tough man drinks, the brown drinks, and everything like that. I nursed a Blue Moon for 2 hours. One blue, which isn't even technically a beer; it's more like orange juice. So,
did you get the orange with it?
Yeah, right. Oh, I can handle this. But Anderson Cooper, I seem to recall an old FCC rule, and Mike Scott would know this.
No, you can't.
You can't drink
alcohol
on the air. He drank.
I know. I don't know. Then Faye Dunaway was on. By the way, still stunning.
Really? Still remember her on top of William Holden and Network.
I think she remembers it too. But they started asking her, "Who have you kissed? Who have you made love to? Who have been your sexual partners?"
Of course.
And she mentioned somebody who also had slept with Anderson Cooper's mom, and they discuss it. Just hear this.
Did you ever have a romance with Beatty?
No, not really.
No? What about Steve
You don't have to answer any of his questions. Just ignore
we're
the
here.
questions.
Steve McQueen.
Unfortunately not with
No.
Steve McQueen.
No.
Oh, my
I
God,
love
Steve McQueen.
He
Wow.
was, the way he tugged his vest down.
Yeah.
Was
Was he as cool as we all thought that he
He was.
Yes.
He was. He was very chauvinistic, though.
really?
Allie, he felt, should have children all the time and do nothing else. But that's okay.
All right. Marlon
good.
Brando.
He's one of the great artists of all time.
Yeah.
And he's so, working with him, he's just so inventive.
My mom hooked up with him.
She did?
With hot Marlon Brando, not like Apocalypse Now Marlon Brando.
Oh,
She hooked up with like, I think it was on the waterfront Marlon Brando.
Wow.
She and Carol Mathau both watched the movie
Lucky
and
lady.
both made a deal that they were going to meet up.
Did they really?
Yeah, Carol
You're
did
not
it.
kidding.
Carol got it first and then set it up for my mom.
Wow.
It was a one-night date.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
No,
And apparently,
No shame in that game.
as my mom left in the car, he put his hand on the car and pressed his face against the door and said, "You have Japanese skin." I don't know what that means.
Wow.
But that's
she
Well,
does.
yeah.
I mean, hijo la.
Well,
That-
first of
I
all,
mean,
that is the best New Year's. I mean, I'm watching. I think I'm watching something because Cheryl Scott is putting a mask on, and I think she's doing an Eyes Wide Shut thing. But it really was not so tame. I can't believe I missed. This is the best New Year's Eve program ever. No question
it
about it.
great?
And Gloria Vanderbilt doing that. Imagine how screwed up Anderson Cooper is that his mother stooped Marlon Brando. I could have had class.
but
On the
with her-
waterfront, I could have had Gloria Vanderbilt's ass.
but
Yeah.
and her friend.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So process
and
that
Marlon
for a
Brando
little bit.
knows about Japanese skin, Asian skin, because he, of course, played
What?
at that time. They were called Orientals back in the day. He was in Tea House of the August Moon. He played an Asian. Now he wouldn't be allowed to do that today, because it would be.
What did they do to alter his face today?
They made him look kind of Asian in that, as I recall. Mike, do you remember?
Same
Tea
thing
House
they
of
did with Yul Brenner. They did.
Oh,
they
that's
did-
right, in The
they
King
did
and I.
What do they call it? Skin tightening.
Yeah. Which you
back then
Which
they
is now
used-
called Botox.
yeah, they used a product to
Tighten the skin,
Brenner had the shaved head when he did
Yeah, when he played the King. In
The King and King and I,
yeah.
right.
But you're not allowed. I mean, you couldn't do that now because you can't.
No, you
you
can't
can't
do
play
that.
go beyond your ethnic origins.
Oh,
Oh,
see,
yeah.
see what you missed.
That is the best New Year's Eve celebration ever, and I can't believe I missed it.
Just for
Well,
funsies,
that's why we're here.
the FCC does not have a rule that says you may not drink alcohol on the air, even during live. It's mostly the television networks that propagated that rule.
okay.
Oh, okay.
However,
Well, let's bust out the booze.
well, I
I
don't
can't
know.
believe it. I'm watching Chi-Town Rising on Channel 5.
And you could have been watching
With
that.
the pierogi coming down in Whiting,
Yeah.
Indiana,
Oh, wait a
come
minute.
on.
They don't call it Chi-Town Rising anymore on Channel
Yeah.
5. Remember? And
Oh,
they missed the 1 year they did it. They actually missed midnight. And I think they missed midnight on NBC this year as well, nationally. That's tough to miss that. That's the 1 second you want to be there.
Coming
But
up
this
on
is great.
Chicago's Morning Answer, new laws in Illinois. Get out your scorecard. And Louis C.K.'s comeback, was it funny or a failure? You're going to love it. But first, let's get into the newsroom. Here is the one and only Mike Scott. Happy New Year, Mike.
Happy New Year to you and to everyone. The passenger train that was involved in a collision this morning on the bridge linking central Denmark's islands has killed 6 and injured 16 others. It's a developing story we'll follow for you this morning. In fact, the spokesperson for the Danish brewery group, Carlsberg, confirms that a freight train transporting only its cargo was involved in that accident that killed 6. President Trump is inviting leaders from both parties to a briefing today on border security. Customs and Border Protections agents are holding more than 24 after turning back an attempt by illegal immigrants to breach the border fence near San Diego on New Year's Eve. A 2-year-old girl is doing all right after tumbling into the rhino enclosure at a Florida zoo. Desperate to reach Europe from North America, 2 African immigrants were discovered by police attempting to cross the Spanish border, sewn into a pair of mattresses. The video of that is going viral today. Scientists this morning say the Dead Sea is shrinking so fast it could be just a tiny pond by mid-century. Scientists with the Dead Sea and the Arava Science Center say water level of that biblical lake is falling as much as 5 feet a year. 2 are seriously hurt here in Chicago following a fire on the northwest side. No one hurt after a United flight was forced to make an emergency landing at O'Hare, that plane inbound from San Francisco. And a man is accused of possessing the first illegal gun recovered in Chicago in 2019. Darrell Rhyme was taken into custody following a traffic stop. Bruins over the Blackhawks in the NHL Winter Classic, 4-2. Bulls host the Magic tonight. 5:35 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Mike Gallagher just sees things working under President Trump.
Americans are talking about the crisis at the border in a way that we've never talked about it before. We're having a conversation about all of this in a way that we never had in the past and in a way that we never would without the election of Donald Trump, without his impetus, without his leadership.
The Mike Gallagher Show. Weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
You may have heard that Online Trading Academy is offering a free 3-hour investing class to help you kick the new year off right. Maybe you're saying to yourself, I don't have time for that. Well, let's see. What else can you do in 3 hours? You could clean your closet, you could play a round of golf, or you could attend one of their free classes where you can learn how to earn income in the market and achieve a life of financial freedom. In this free class, Online Trading Academy will show you how to generate income by identifying low-risk, high-reward opportunities. They'll even show you how to avoid making the two most common mistakes that investors make all the time. Don't miss out on 3 hours that can change everything. It's a new year and you owe it to yourself to get this right. Call 888-984-TRADE. That's 888-984-TRADE or register online at tradingacademy.com. Call now and they will send you home with a free investor kit just for attending. It's 888-984-TRADE. 888-984-TRADE or tradingacademy.com.
Have you inherited a coin collection and need help figuring out what it's worth? Do you have your own collection that's just sitting around collecting dust? Turn those old coins into cash at Kedzie Coins. Cash in and pay off bills. Use the money for a new set of wheels. Kedzie Coins is also buying scrap silver and gold on the spot, and they'll give you the best fair market prices. They're committed to the strictest standards of excellence and ethics, an accredited precious metals dealer member with family roots in the heart of Chicago and members of the Professional Numismatics Guild. In the market to buy, Kedzie Coins is your destination for one of the largest selections of gold and silver bullion minted in the U.S., an enormous inventory of government-issued world coins and U.S. paper money and currency. Visit KedzieCoins.net to see the full line of available stock, or stop by one of their 3 locations: Kedzie Coins and Jewelry on 59th and Kedzie in Chicago, What a Gem Jewelry and Coins in Berwyn, or their flagship store, Broadway Jewelry and Rare Coins in Kankakee. For more info or an appointment, call 773-436-0777. Check out Ground Game, the latest podcast from the Associated Press discussing the top political issues around the country. Available on Apple Podcasts.
5:38 and a check on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
On the northwest side of Chicago, street closures remain in place around the 6400 block of West Belle Plaine. There's a fire there. Firefighters have extinguished that blaze. EMS Plan 1's been secured in that area. This is just north of Irving Park near Narragansett and the 6400 block West Belle Plaine. On the expressways and tollways, traffic still pretty light this morning, 2nd of January. Eden's all clear. Kennedy fine. Reversibles are open inbound. Eisenhower, Stevenson, and the Ryan still okay. No delays to report. I-57, the Bishop Ford Freeway. The tollways are looking good right now. I-80, wide open. No problems to report in northwest Indiana. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center. Cloudy, couple of flurries, high 33, clearing in 23 overnight, 27 at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 6. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560 The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the IRS Radio Hour with attorney Stephen Leahy every Sunday afternoon at 5 on AM 560 The Answer.
If I'm being honest, I like any tequila before 10 a.m. in the morning.
Hey,
tequila.
At 6 o'clock, we'll talk about Mexico, because we were in Mexico for the new year. and drove
By we,
our
you
car.
mean
Yeah,
the-
you were with us.
The editorial we.
Yes, and there was a government, a threat of a government shutdown. That President Trump was going to shut down the border completely.
I was afraid you weren't
And
going to
that-
get back in the country, and I was
I
going to have to
think-
do the show with Gary McCarthy.
We'll talk about that at 6 o'clock because we did have some trouble, and we did have to. We got shook down by Mexican police officers. It's fantastic.
I got to think
story.
you're able to talk your way out
Well,
of something with
thank
the Mexican police.
goodness, and this is a public service announcement. Everybody should learn basic Spanish if you're going to go to Mexico ever.
Hola.
Besides hola, besides that one word,
I
you
know
should learn your
from Wooly
Spanish.
Bully. Unos, dos, tres, cuatros, Wooly Bully. I know that. Okay.
Oh, you would have. Oh, if
I'd
you
be
were
in
pulled
trouble.
over by a Mexican police officer,
Right.
you would be shaking in your
Totally.
boots. But anyway, new laws, new year, 2019. I don't like odd years. Do you? I'm an evens girl.
Are you obsessive compulsive? I have a
just a
kid who will
tad.
put the volume on the
Yeah.
TV set has to be like on an odd number. Oh yeah. And now I follow the kid. I can't put it on an even number anymore because I
Why?
want even when the kid's not there anymore because my kids rule. Oh my God.
yeah, that's
So
right.
I understand that.
You understand. All right, so it's 2019. Happy New Year. Ugh, I hate when people say that. Can you see that I'm not being genuine when I say Happy New Year?
Why are you upset?
I don't know. It's just
Getting older? Yeah. Is that
Okay.
it?
Yeah, we're getting older. This is a year that we all turn the big number. All of us.
Oh.
Oh.
I cannot believe that you're going to be 75 years old this year. You don't look at. No, you're going to be.
I'm going to be 65.
You're going to be 50, right?
You don't have to whisper.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, 50. We all turn 50. All
You know
of
how
us.
much of a kid you are to me? That you're 50.
Really? Does that? When did you start feeling old? Because you don't. You don't. No offense. You don't act old. You don't
Obviously,
sound
I'm
old.
juvenile. Totally juvenile. I like
But that's
Louis
great.
C.K.'s humor. Yeah. No, see, yeah, I'm internally a child. There's
Okay.
No question
No,
about
that's
that.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not good when you have grandchildren. To be
No, it's
internally a
great
child.
when you have grandchildren because then you can have fun with them and joke around with them, and you're the cool grandpa. Oh, I bet they love you.
When I'm awake with them. I'm like a minute and a half. There's all pictures of me, videos of me asleep with the grandchildren because they're boring after about a minute and a half.
No, they're not. Well,
Oh,
you have to engage. You have to.
You know
play
how much
board
energy
games.
they have.
Oh yeah, I know.
Right.
Oh,
They never stop. You think, oh, I'm gonna tire them out. Doesn't work that way. You play Monster for about 45 seconds. All right, I'll be back for Monster in 5 hours, kids. I got a nap.
All right, so new rules in 2019 took effect yesterday. So basically, since everything was closed yesterday, it takes effect today. They include some, there's 9,646 pieces of legislation, but we won't bore you with that.
Okay.
Here are some of the top 10. Look back for safety. Rear-facing child seats now offer greater protection. So beginning January 1st, today, toddlers ages 2 and younger must be in one.
In a rear-facing child seat.
Yeah, but for years, we always had front-facing child seats.
Hey, you remember Britney Spears not too many years ago? She's sitting in her car. She's stopped by the police. She's got a kid in her lap.
Yeah, I know.
And she did, I believe, have the kid's hands in the 10 and 2 o'clock position on the steering wheel. So, that was safe. But I just... Oh, and do you have to have the fire department put in the child seat now because it's impossible to actually put one in yourself?
Impossible. I gave birth at Prentice at Northwestern, and on the way out, the guy, he's the valet. He put the seat in for us.
You can't put your own seat in anymore.
People that are structural engineers cannot figure out how to put in the car seat properly.
When I was growing up, you'd sit in the front seat, and my dad would say, be careful, you could fall out of the car. And you could literally fall because the doors didn't stay latched.
I fell out of the car. My sister
fall out of a car.
My mom took a sharp turn off of Euclid onto Lake, and the door opened, and I literally was falling out of the car. I'll never forget it. I think I was 4 or 5 years old, and my sister Ginny leaned over and yanked me right back in. But I remember seeing the pavement getting closer and closer and closer.
Unbelievable.
And then she yanked me back in. We didn't have any car seats.
No.
They had a car bed. Do you remember the car bed?
So
you wanted to-
actually lived in this car, didn't you?
down by the river. Active shooter safety drills. Every Illinois school must conduct at least one law-enforced led active shooter safety drill. I know, it's so sad.
That's horrible. I mean, it makes it...
Well, forget the tornado drills. They have active shooter drills now.
That's horrible. So everybody's terrorized to go to school now. It's like when I was growing up, we thought the Russians were going to drop the bomb on us, and we would do a drill to go by the radiator near the window as if that was going to protect you from an atomic bomb. That's in 1962. It's the same thing right now. So now kids are terrorized to go to school.
All right, so this active shooter safety drill, it's when my kids come home and they tell me about it, my heart sinks.
It's terrible.
They put their books in their book packs, so they all have to go in the closet, and everyone's got to shut up. You do not talk. They shut the door. They put furniture in front of the door. They pull the blind down. They sit. I know, I try not to cry every time.
No, it's ridiculous.
They sit in the closet, and they put their books over their vital organs in case there's a shooting.
By their what? Their organs?
Vital organs.
Oh, by their vital organs.
Just over their
I thought
head.
they were taking lessons at Lyon and Healy, how to play Bach, Passacaglia, and Fugue in C minor. Cha-cha.
But it breaks your heart, but they have to do it. And then last year's active shooter drill, one person hid, and then they were throwing things at the active shooter.
And then you got to study the quadratic equation after that?
Mhm.
Who wants to see? You can't study
And explain
anything.
it, too. Taking work with you. Everybody listen up.
Okay.
Marcus Brown. If your boss requires you to use your personal phone or computer for work, your boss needs to have a reimbursement policy.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
If you take work home with you, if you work essentially from home in your off hours after 40 hours, they have to pay you for it. So if you take a phone call from them and it's after hours, then you need to be
Why can't you
reimbursed.
make the deal you want to make with your
that's
employer?
just the
Why does the
new law,
nanny
SB
state have to get
2999.
involved in this? Why don't we have safety drills too right here at work?
Mhm. Hunting wardrobe. Do you want to explain that one, Bruce?
What number
It's
is that?
number 8, Bruce.
Oh, you skipped around.
I did.
Okay.
Because the tilt-a-whirl operator, I really don't care.
Okay.
I don't go and take
Hunting
carnival
wardrobe.
rides.
Okay. Hunting wardrobe. Blaze pink joins blaze orange as an official hunting color in Illinois. You can now wear blaze pink. And I think that's wonderful. It's wonderful. That's only if you're shooting Bambi's mother.
Oh,
okay?
back to
Right,
Bambi.
Yeah.
All right,
So-
here's one. Since we mentioned it, the tilt-a-whirl operator.
Yes. I'm getting nauseated just
Oh my gosh!
reading
Even
this.
I know I cannot
A
go.
tilt-a-whirl. I can't watch
I can't.
kids.
Don't even talk about it. I can't watch kids on it. I can't look
Can't
at it.
watch at them on the tilt-a-whirl. And I used to love going on the tilt-a-whirl
All right, so
myself.
carnival companies must conduct criminal background checks of all employees.
Well, they're all criminals. Okay, fine. All right.
And this one
You
bothers
pass.
me. Yeah, you pass. Helping threaten pets. All right, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Police can take temporary custody of your dog or cat if they're exposed to weather conditions. If their exposure to weather conditions will result in injury or death.
The cops can come in and take your cat.
Yeah. So thing is, I have 2 feral cats in my garage. Crazy and Marshfield are their names.
They're supposed to be in bad weather.
Well, they
They're feral
don't. They don't
cats.
want to be. They don't want to be touched. They don't want to go inside when it's warm or when it's cold outside. So I can. I had a cat. My other cat, Crazy, who got hit by a car. God bless Crazy. I
Let
did
the record
have.
show you crossed yourself.
I did because I loved Crazy. Crazy was the best. So Crazy.
Do all dogs go to heaven?
Crazy. I got a phone call once from Duke Animal Hospital, which is nearby where I live, and one of their employees parked on my street and saw my cat, and it was I think 20 below, whatever, and she called me and said, "I have your cat." I'm like, "Well, you don't touch my cat. You don't touch my putty tat. That's my cat. My cat wants to be outside."
Can we get the
And she
drop
said-
in, don't touch my putty tat? I'd like to use that a little bit later at some appropriate portions of
And
the show. Thank you. Thank you so
She
much.
took my cat.
Mark it.
At least I didn't have to pay to get my cat back.
Yeah.
But she felt that I wasn't a responsible animal owner, so she took it upon herself to take my cat, cross the busy street of Ashland, Irving Park, with my cat, who was clawing and scratching to get out
Do they have
of her
fo-
arms, and
do-
then she put him in a cage.
Do they have foster homes for dogs and cats as
What
well?
do you mean?
I mean,
There's foster.
No,
you can
they take your dog or cat and then they put it in a foster home.
probably end up at the pound, and then probably end up with Mr. Squirty. So that's a new law to look out for. And what else do you have? Oh, anti-social media. I don't get this one.
Okay.
All right, stalking laws expand to include unwanted messages sent and received through social media apps.
Okay.
The new law also allows businesses, places of worship, and schools to seek restraining orders against stalkers.
Okay.
So what does that mean? If you
can't
tweet me like I don't want to be tweeted and I feel threatened, I can file a
tweet
restraining
people
order
as you
against
want to be tweeted.
Tweet
I
me as
say,
I
yeah. That's what I thought putting that. So, well, it's got to be a direct message. It can't be a public tweet. You can't tell people not to send public tweets.
Well,
then I'm out of business, man.
Exactly.
That's all I
You'll be
do.
bored. And here's ready for this one.
Yes.
New moms.
Mm-hmm.
Now, nursing moms will be excluded from jury duty at their request.
Well,
don't treat us any differently.
A nursing mother?
Yeah, can
because-
get out of jury duty now.
Because that sucking sound that you hear is going to, well, it's going to obstruct, the sound of the witness on the stand. Yeah.
And this is a big one. This is actually a talk topic. Stopping gun violence before it happens. Family members or police who believe someone is a threat to themselves or others can go to court to ask a judge to temporarily remove any guns.
Well,
I like that one.
Well, but wait a minute.
We've got to do something. If somebody in your house is acting erratic
Yeah.
and there's weapons around.
Well, how about involuntary commitment then? Are we going to bring that back? We should probably, right?
No, just take the weapon away from the crazy people.
This is the morning show more Chicago radio listeners are choosing. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer. The real estate market can be tricky to navigate. The only edge to help you get ahead is knowledge and experience. And Real Estate Revealed is that edge. Heard Sunday mornings at 8 and hosted by Randy Marcella. Real Estate Revealed uncovers truths about the real estate market with an entire team of experts. Their real estate power allows them to present their experiences to benefit you before your next transaction. Real Estate Revealed. Sunday mornings at 8 on AM 560. The Answer.
Selfless service is the guiding principle that drives Army National Guard soldiers to be always ready whenever disaster strikes. They are your next-door neighbors and your colleagues in schools, offices, and factories. To be a Guard soldier is to stand ready to serve at all times for family, for community, and for country. To learn more, log on to NationalGuard.com or contact an Army National Guard recruiter in your area.
Sponsored by the Illinois Army National Guard. Aired by the Illinois Broadcasters Association and this station.
Joe Walsh here to tell you about an opportunity for you to grow your business in 2019 and to make a difference this Christmas season. I'm talking about our Food for the Poor Business Benefactor Program. We've partnered with Food for the Poor to provide food and clean water to several thousand children this year in Haiti where it's desperately needed. And your business can be a part of this. Become a Food for the Poor Business Benefactor by making a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor. When you do that, AM 560 will give you 40 60-second commercials to air here on AM 560 The Answer between 5 a.m. and 8 p.m. Monday through Friday at no additional cost to you. Get on board with a great cause and this great radio station. Through the generosity of your business, you'll be helping 50 children. To take advantage of this deal, just call Anjanette Nikowski, 847-472-8951. Again, that's 847-472-8951. One more time, 847-472-8951.
Message and data rates may apply.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration expert, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out today because they're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who texts GROW to 85850. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Text GROW to 85850. Ask about the Bosley Guarantee, GROW to 85850.
Hey guys, Ken here from the hit podcast Today's Growth.
Who would win a 3-mile bicycle race, an 11-year-old girl or last year's winner of the Tour de France? It all depends on the bicycle. It depends on their vehicle. Both on a 10-speed and the pro racer is going to win every time. But put the racer on a tricycle and the 11-year-old wins every time. You see, it's not the driver, it's the vehicle. When it comes to generating revenue, it's exactly the same. If you have a job or a small business, you are riding a tricycle. You can only go so fast. If you need to make up lost ground, it's not going to happen on a tricycle. No matter how fast you pedal, it's simply not going to win the race. Why do many people with no schooling and no advanced degree often become very wealthy? Simple. They choose to only ride 10 speeds. When it comes to helping people create their next revenue model, both Forbes and Inc. recommend Income Store as a can't miss when it comes to putting people on a 10-speed. Could your household or business use an additional revenue model that doesn't solely depend on you? If so, you need to check out IncomeStore.com. That's IncomeStore.com.
All right, if your roof's needy, you can call Crumweedy. Hey, Sean Hannity here. If your roof is leaky, if the shingles are curling, or if your roof isn't right after storms, then you need to call Crumweedy with roofing companies, and the difference is, of course, installation. Now, Crumweedy, they know that, and that's why they follow the manufacturer's specifications, so your warranty is totally intact, and many companies don't do that, and that could void your warranty. If you hate high-pressure sales tactics, not from Crumweedy. They give you good, better, best options. You make the choice, no pressure. Crumweedy is a roof that lasts at a fair price. Now, Mark Olson and Greg Olson of Crumweedy, they lead this third-generation family business that's been doing Chicagoland roofs since 1953. Now, they fix roof problems, so if your roof is needy, call Crumweedy. That's 630-595-8020. That's 630-595-8020. They're online, of course, at myroofisneedy.com.
Have you ever seen what really goes on in your caterer's or favorite restaurant's kitchen? What does the kitchen look like? How big is the operation? And maybe most importantly, who's cooking my meal? When you cater with Tasty Catering, you get more than quality food and event planning. You get an invitation to see what goes on throughout our entire building, including our kitchen. We call it our open kitchen door policy. Come see for yourself why we are so proud of what we do, and gain the peace of mind that comes with knowing the who's, the what's, the where's, and the how's of the way we prepare your food. Visit tastycatering.com for more information, or contact a Tasty Catering sales representative and set up a time to come meet with us at our home. You can't put a price on peace of mind, but if you had to, all it takes is one visit. Call 847-593-2000, 847-593-2000, or start your visit through our open doors at tastycatering.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
You don't touch my putty cat. Yeah, don't keep your paws off my cat. Hey, guess what? Food for the poor. Our campaign continues. We are almost there, and we have a few open slots left for our business benefactor program. So kickstart your 2019 marketing by becoming a business benefactor. And what that is do you want to tell us what that is, Bruce? Or do you want me to explain it?
I think you should refresh my recollection on that.
I think that if you make a one-time donation to Food for the Poor, it's $2,500, tax deductible. The money goes to Food for the Poor. And as a way of saying thank you, we give you 40 60-second commercials that air right here on AM 560, The Answer. We have Steve Lisowitz from SVL Insurance Group, Ditch Witch Midwest. They made a $5,000 donation, so thank you to them. Central Sod and Plainfield. The list goes on and on. But again, we have a few slots left. So become a business benefactor and change the lives of people around you and help your company in the meantime. Call Ann Jeanette at 847-472-8951. That's 847-472-8951. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
We're covering up all the time.
We're covering it, everything. The government shut down. Border wall funding kerfluffle continues. And later, what happens when you get pulled over for speeding in Mexico? But first, let's go into the newsroom. Noticias Cortas. Here is Mike Scott.
Amy and Bruce, a passenger train in Denmark strikes an unknown object, killing 6 on board. Fox with the latest on that story. 2 seriously hurt here in Chicago in the Northwest Side blaze. WIND Chicago News Time, 6 o'clock.
Can a sit-down help end the shutdown? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. On the last day of this Congress, Republican and Democratic leaders will go to the White House Day 12 of the partial government shutdown. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, let's make a deal. That from President Trump to congressional Democrats as he continues to demand border wall funding and any plan to reopen the government. Democrats are planning to introduce spending legislation when they take control of the House tomorrow as the 116th Congress is seated. The two-pronged plan funds most of the government through September, except Homeland Security. A separate package funds that department through February 8th, and it contains no money for a border wall. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders calls the idea a non-starter. Dave.
Rachel, there was another clash at the border New Year's Eve when about 150 migrants tried to cross illegally near Tijuana.
A large group of people congregated on the hill up behind me at about 2 in the morning. And then instead of trying to come north or surrender, they decided to assault Border Patrol agents with a hail of rocks.
Chief Patrol Agent Rodney Scott says they fired tear gas back, detained about 25 migrants. Mitt Romney's done it again. He was very critical of candidate Trump in 2016. And just before being sworn in as a Republican senator from Utah, Romney wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post that the nation's divided, resentful, and angry, and President Trump has a glaring shortfall of character and has not risen to the mantle of the office. Former Trump deputy campaign manager David Bossie calls Romney jealous.
I'm sick and tired of people coming to Washington. Instead of trying to be part of the solution, they're part of the problem.
She's doing well. That's what a 2-year-old girl's father says in Florida after the girl fell into a rhino exhibit at a zoo in Melbourne.
They pulled the child out, and the child was crying and had a small abrasion on her face.
The zoo director, Keith Winston. Someone in New York is having a very happy new year, ringing in 2019, becoming filthy rich. The only winner of last night's Mega Millions jackpot, $425 million. This is Fox News.
Skies are cloudy. We have 27 degrees. It is 6:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. Authorities investigating a shooting. It happened early this morning along the Eisenhower Expressway in Hillside that left one person critically wounded. State police say the victim was shot early this morning driving near Wolf Road. The victim hospitalized in critical condition. The incident marks the first expressway shooting reported this year in Cook County. 2 are seriously hurt following a fire on the northwest side. The blaze broke out early this morning in a 5-story apartment building on West Belle Plaine. The victims are hospitalized in serious to critical condition. Chicago Fire tells us the cause is under investigation. Chicago Police Department mourning again after another officer takes his own life on the northwest side. Authorities say the officer shot and killed himself yesterday in the 5500 block of North Mulligan Avenue. He lived on that same block where he died. No one is hurt after a United flight was forced to make an emergency landing at O'Hare. The airline says that plane was traveling from San Francisco and made a safe landing in Chicago. Authorities are still searching for the person who shot a postal worker in Elk Grove Village. The incident remains under investigation. The victim was driving on Brantwood Avenue when he was shot. The worker remains hospitalized in stable condition. And a story will follow this week as U.S.-based Roman Catholic bishops gather today for a week-long spiritual retreat here in the Chicago area. We'll be talking about the church sexual abuse scandal that organizers say will simply focus on prayer and spiritual reflection, not on formulating policy. Bruins over the Blackhawks in the Winter Classic at Notre Dame Stadium, 4-2. Bulls host the Magic tonight. College hoops, Notre Dame lost to Virginia Tech. Tonight, Northwestern will battle number 7, Michigan State, and DePaul faces off against Villanova. The news service of Peloton, live in-studio classes in the comfort of your own home. Winter or summer, rain or shine with the Peloton bike, it's always perfect weather to sweat. And with up to 14 live rides a day and over 10,000 more on demand, nothing will get between you and your workout. Learn more about the Peloton bike at onepeloton.com or visit your local showroom. 6:04 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Sean Hannity applauds the president's stance on trade.
We have had horrible one-sided deals with everybody. That includes NATO, 72 cents of every dollar. That includes even our European allies and friends, supposedly. They have one-sided trade deals. Mexico, NAFTA, Canada. now China. So we're making huge progress.
The Sean Hannity Show. Afternoons at 2, right before Joe Walsh at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
This is an announcement for all people who want to take a risk-free challenge to whiten their teeth in 5 minutes. By calling now, you can whiten your teeth in 5 minutes using clinically proven power swabs. This risk-free challenge is for people whose smile has been yellowed by coffee, tea, red wine, or smoking. The Power Swabs 5-minute challenge is available by responding to this advertisement. If lines are busy, try again. Because the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge is exclusive, it's not available in drugstores. Power Swabs was formulated by Dr. Martin Ginniger and whitens teeth with a patented tooth detergent and whitening agent. It's so effective, we challenge you to try it for 5 minutes to see how white your smile could be. Get it risk-free. Dial 1-800-331-3217. That's 1-800-331-3217. Transform your smile into a wow, you look great smile. Dial 1-800-331-3217. That's 1-800-331-3217.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I thought I had a sinus headache for a few days, but I had a massive brain aneurysm, hemorrhage of the brain, and a stroke. And I was on my deathbed. I was on a respirator in a coma for 35 days. And 3 months later, I came home in a wheelchair. I had double vision. I had to learn to walk again, to speak again. 1 and 1 is 2, write the alphabet. You know, if I went out and did a little something, I'd come home, I'd be in bed. Now I'm up by like 5:30 in the morning, and I go to the gym. I do shopping. I cook. I have energy all day. I mean, I feel great. Overall, my whole outlook, just feeling, my mental aspect, everything is better.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751, or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
From a car landing on a roof to a car landing in a pool, we've covered it. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
6:07. Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center time with Jim Talamonte.
CTA reports 95th bound Red Line trains are standing at Belmont right now due to police activity at Belmont. South in Boney, rollover crash reported eastbound Stunkel Road near I-57. In northwest Indiana, traffic is slow on northbound I-65 from 8094 to 15th Avenue. That's ongoing construction. Now seeing mild delays on a couple of the expressways. Outbound Eisenhower, Little Tight, St. Charles to North Avenue. About a 2-minute delay. The inbound Rhine is congested. Roosevelt to the Fern Circle, just a 1 or 2 minute delay there. The northwest side, Narragansett has reopened after a fire. The 6400 block, West Belle Plaine. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center, here's our meteorologist, Steve Williams.
Clouds for today, couple of flurries around as well, high 33. Clearing tonight, low 23. Sunny for most of the day tomorrow, high 38. Sunny, milder day on Friday with a high of 45. I'm Steve Williams on AM 560, The Answer.
27 at O'Hare, 29 along the lakefront. Your next news update is at 6:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the Money Hour Radio Show, Saturday afternoons at 3 on AM 560, The Answer. Brought to you by Pearshell Financial Group.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Well, it has happened again. A police officer, this time in Newman, California, was shot, murdered by somebody who was here illegally. It was California police officer Ronald Singh. He pulled over a man named Gustavo Arriga, and he, for a simple traffic stop, and it ended up in gunfire. He was dead. He has been arrested, but there was a brief manhunt going on for him. And when he was arrested, the officer's brother made a tearful thank you speech.
Bear with me. This is not easy for me. Renil Singh was my older brother. Yes, he's not coming back, but there's a lot of people out there that misses him. And a lot of law enforcement people that I don't know don't work days and nights to make this happen. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart to make this happen. I wish I could thank all the law enforcement agencies, Homeland Security in San Francisco, everyone, Bakersfield team. I was waiting for this to happen. I'd like to thank you, working day and night to make this happen. Thank you.
And the police officer left behind a wife and a 5-month-old son. And his killer shouldn't have been in this country anyway. And they said that he was trying to escape back into Mexico with the help of his girlfriend and family members. And 7 more had been arrested in connection with this because they were lying to police officers, trying to throw them off so that he could get back into Mexico. But it comes at a time when President Trump is partially shutting down the government because of border wall funding. He wants to keep people out of this country, especially people like Gustav, who killed the police officer. 312-642-5600 is our Turnkey Debt Pro answer line. 64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment. As you know, President Trump did not go to Mar-a-Lago for his 16-day vacation. He's been hunkered down in the White House waiting for people to come by and maybe work on a deal. People like Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer.
I'm in the White House. I'm ready to go. They can come over right now. They could have come over anytime. I spent Christmas in the White House. I spent New Year's Eve now in the White House. And, I'm here. I'm ready to go. It's very important. A lot of people are looking to get their paycheck. And so I'm ready to go anytime they want. No, we are not giving up. We have to have border security. And the wall is a big part of border security, the biggest part.
They can't give him the wall. The Democrats cannot give him the wall. It's the big issue. If he wins on that, that propels him into 2020.
Well, they are meeting today. President Trump is expected to meet with congressional leaders from both parties this afternoon at the White House to try and find a way to avoid the government shutdown, which in actuality, what's closed today? The Smithsonian Museum's closed today. And I hate to break it to you, but the National Zoo will be closed as well today because of the government shutdown.
They're still sending out Social Security checks, right?
Yes,
still
they
can
are.
Use Medicare.
Right, and these people will, they'll receive back pay if they even, open the National Zoo or the Smithsonian. But, is it worth fighting this fight? 312-642-5600 is our Turnkey Debt Pro answer line. 64636. Type in DA, then a quick question.
Are you willing to continue the shutdown if that money does not come?
Well, we are. We have no choice. We have to have border security, and a wall is part of border security. I hear so much about the wall is old-fashioned. No, the wall is not old-fashioned. The wall is 100% foolproof. You look at a wheel. Well, I guess they'd say the wheel is old-fashioned, but it's been around for a long time. The wall is the only way to do it. And technology, nobody knows more about technology than me, but technology are just the bells and whistles on the wall. If you don't have the wall, you're going to have people coming in. And my Border Patrol people, they do a fantastic job. But, they need the backup of the wall, and they're the ones that want it more than anybody, Pete.
Mark Krikorian, the National Review guy on immigration, I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. Boy, we've been on together a lot the last couple of weeks.
Yes, we have.
No, he had this idea that what Trump should do is put the Democrats on the defensive and have the money say, okay, this time around we're not going to have it for the wall, but put it into E-Verify, and then have the Democrats say, oh, we really don't want to enforce, the job situation at all.
Or what about the foreign aid? We give, I've learned over the weekend because I was in Mexico, we give Mexico and Central American countries, $10 billion a year. Now, $5 billion of that, withhold from them and then build the wall. But there's a wall already in place. we went down to Rocky Point, which is if you drive into Tucson, fly into Tucson or Phoenix, you drive down there. It's on the Sea of Cortez. It's a very popular vacation spot with Americans. But the only way to get there is to drive there. So while we were there, President Trump said that he's threatening to shut down the border if he doesn't get his wall funding. So essentially locking out Americans from coming into our own country.
You mean there was a possibility that you weren't going to be back today and I would get to solo?
Exactly. And that was a big talk topic. Somebody said, and somebody tweeted out, because I tweeted out a picture. This is the tweet. President Trump, if you shut down the border, can you give us Americans a 24-hour warning? We are in Rocky Point, Mexico, and drove down here like hundreds of others. Here's the wall along the U.S.-Mexico border in Lukeville, Arizona. So see this wall? It's not, yeah, it looks old. It's rusty. But on the other side, on the American side, if you try to cross that wall, you're going to hurt your naughty bits. Because look at all that barbed wire. Look at the barbed wire. See?
The wall just got 10 feet higher.
Exactly. So there's a lot, there's a lot of consternation, especially if you were on vacation trying to relax and wondering, are we going to get back into our own country?
So, in other words,
and we
should not be concerned about the 800,000 people who are out of work. We should be concerned about the one person in this room who might not have gotten back into the country.
No. I'm just saying that there is a wall in place in highly populated areas or even small places like Lukeville,
but we need more
Arizona. Well, he wants to fortify the wall. He wants to improve the wall.
Israel has a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does Barbara Streisand has a 10-foot wall around her house. So does President Obama in his Washington, D.C. neighborhood. Yeah. But he's asking for a wall in spots that actually need a wall. Places like Lordsburg, New Mexico, places in New Mexico. But is it worth shutting down the government for? 312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. Let's go to John, who joins us from Palatine. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Amy and Bruce. My comment is, regardless whether it's a Democrat or Republican, I, as a taxpayer, never wanted any absence of laws or the allowance of illegal, undocumented aliens to come into this country and get our benefits and get our police protection and hospitalization. And I'm glad the government shut down because I think the politicians who basically made choices, at least indirectly on my behalf in taking my taxes to allow all of this nonsense to happen, I think they all need to go out.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank
Amen.
And I don't know if you heard this, but what happened yesterday morning in Mexico, in Tijuana, our Border Patrol agents used tear gas again.
Oh, really?
They had a group from that caravan, the original caravan, who they're keeping there. They're not letting them into America and then waiting for their hearings. They're keeping them in Mexico.
Right.
They were throwing rocks at U.S. Border Patrol agents, and they fired tear gas on these people and arrested 25 of them. They say most were Hondurans.
Did anybody
who arrived
take
last
note of
month in
that?
that big caravan?
Everybody was watching the Rose Bowl yesterday.
Wait, or the Outback Bowl or the Cotton Bowl. Nobody saw this, but it happened early Tuesday morning.
They should stage these protests. They got to realize the American TV schedule. You don't
Right,
do it on New Year's Day.
Yeah, you wait
It's
till
an off day.
Yeah, you wait until
They
the
need
second.
a PR agent, or wait till next Monday. When
To know
everybody's
when
back at work. I mean, God, we got subs like me in today. We don't even know what's going on.
But I mean, do you think the tear gas was justified? They're throwing rocks at you, please.
Yes, of course. Well, of course.
And this happened. President Obama tear gassed, or
no,
he didn't tear gas, but he authorized Border Patrol agents to use tear gas 26 times during his presidency.
It's okay when President Obama does it. It's okay when the Sandinistas or the Soviets do it. That's fine. It's not okay when Trump does it, and it's certainly not okay when the Israelis do it.
Listen to Dan and Amy on your smartphone. Download the AM560 mobile app today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
I have the perfect Christmas or any other occasion gift for just about everybody on your list. I suggest the MyPillow Holiday 4-pack offer. You can get 2 premium MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows plus free shipping, all for the normal price of 1 premium MyPillow. Think about that for a second. You can give 1, 2, 3, or even 4 gifts, all for the price of 1. Or if you still don't have a MyPillow for yourself, keep 1 and gift the rest. And the money-back offer is extended through March 1st. Not only that, but you can still get 30% off everything, including the MyPillow mattress topper and pet beds that you've heard me rave about. Just be sure to use the promo code Amy to get the MyPillow 4-pack offer with free shipping and the 30% discount on everything else, including mattress toppers and pet beds. Visit MyPillow.com or call 800-489-0201. That's 800-489-0201. And don't forget to use the promo code Amy. That's MyPillow.com, promo code Amy.
When it's cold outside, you can dress for it. But when your furnace gives out, hey, a blanket fort can only do so much. So call your local 1-Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. We'll replace your old furnace with a new high-efficiency one. And that beats a bunch of blankets any day. Right now, cozy up to big savings on a complete heating system. Call 855-1-HOUR.
Your comfort is just a call away. Call 1-Hour.
Terms and conditions may apply. Call for details. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Even in my own home, I had my own designated space to smoke. If I think about it, it really was like I was punishing myself. A friend of mine said, why wouldn't you just try the Juul? And so I went out and I bought one. The idea of going back to smoking, I couldn't even imagine doing that. I don't think anyone, including myself, thought that I could switch.
Carolyn made the switch October 2016. Make the switch at JUUL.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
I'm Dan Proft.
And I'm Amy Jacobson.
And we want to tell you about an opportunity for you to promote your business and to make a difference this Christmas season.
We're talking about our Food for the Poor Business Benefactor Program.
We've partnered with Food for the Poor to provide food and clean water to several thousand children this year in the Caribbean and Latin America, where it's desperately needed.
And your business can be a part of this. Become a Food for the Poor Business Benefactor by making a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor. When you do that, AM 560 will give you 40 60-second commercials to air right here on AM 560 The Answer between 5 a.m. and 8 p.m. Monday through Friday at no additional cost to you.
That's the best advertising deal in all of Chicago. To take advantage of this deal, just call Anjanette Natkowski at 847-472-8951. Again, that's Anjanette at 847-472-8951. One more time, 847-472-8951.
One of the biggest fears for retirees and soon-to-be retirees, do I have enough? Do I have enough money to last for the rest of my life? I hear it every day when I meet with individuals, and it's for good reason. Check this statistic out. If you were born in 1800, you could expect to live until you were 39 years old. In 1900, 49. That number jumped to 68 in 1950, and today it's 79. How many people do you know that are in their 80s, in their 90s? Hi, this is Tom Fortino, host of the Alpha Wealth Hour, heard every Saturday at 9 a.m. here on AM 560. So how do you help ensure you never run out of money in retirement? The answers are in our special report, Maximizing Income in Retirement. In this powerful report, you'll discover successful tools and strategies on how to help turbocharge your income in retirement and how to position and protect your money regardless of what happens in the stock market. Call now to receive this report, Maximizing Income in Retirement, and will include 6 strategies to tax-free income. Call the Alpha Wealth Group, 630-519-4742 right now to receive your free report. That's 630-519-4742.
Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Wealth Advisors, Inc. The most popular days to get engaged are Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day. And guys, finding the perfect wedding venue can be harder to figure out than the color and quality of the perfect diamond. With love in the air, Avante Banquets is here to help you plan the wedding of your dreams for the party of a lifetime at a price right for you. Avante Banquets is part of the family-owned Chicago Prime Restaurants, with a picturesque location opened just last year near Barrington, providing fine American dining and a timeless experience. Avante is an exceptional space for your wedding or corporate events and fundraisers, for an intimate gathering, or parties of 500 or more. The calendar is filling up, so secure your date today at AvanteBanquets.com. That's AVANTE Banquets.com. With wedding packages starting at just $39 a person. Experience exceptional hospitality with the Calcunos family at Avante Banquets, because classic never goes out of style. AvanteBanquets.com. AvanteBanquets.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
The Cuervo Gold.
Is that what the song is
No,
called?
this is because it's Hey 2019, right?
Oh, because it's 2019.
Yeah, Hey 2019.
Hey 2019.
Yeah.
How's your Aretha Franklin?
Isn't
What's
this song about
What is this song about?
the
Why
Me
are we-
Too movement or something? This is about a guy
What's he
screwing
doing?
around with a little girl.
Well, we have to ban it at once.
Absolutely.
Speak of being banned, so I tweeted about, being in Mexico and I'm scared that the government's going to shut down, that President Trump's going to shut down the wall. so we could have the real Mexican experience breaking into America, huh? Like that? So I'm in a family van. I rented a van.
Can you play Solito Lindo now? I mean, I need some chips and some salsa. Okay? And a bullfight.
So we're driving back into America from Rocky Point, which is in the Sea of Cortez, the top of it there. Just the tip. It's right there in the tip. And we're going through Sonoita, Sonora, which is the border town to get into Lukeville, Arizona, where you're home free. Woohoo! And we get pulled over by the Mexican police. And I am not kidding you. Sirens, lights are blaring. And I'm thinking, uh-oh. The shakedown's going to be...
The badge number would be... Unos, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, uno, cuatro. That would be the badge number.
I was trying to keep cool.
Thank you, Mike Scott, for the acknowledgement on that.
I kept my hands on the dashboard, and I said, hola, officer. I'm shaking, thinking, I'm going to get raped. I mean, they could do anything they want to me. They could take our passports. They could take our car. They can take all of our goods. Shaking. Nice guy comes up. I think his name was Jorge. And he had 3 other officers with him. So he said,
the 3 amigos,
¿Tú
right?
hablas inglés? And me dice, and I said, un poquito, ¿qué es la problema? And he said, he showed me he had a speed gun, which is actually the speed gun that I use for my volleyball team to see how fast they're serving the ball. It was a Bushnell. It was one of those cheaper version, whatever.
Yeah.
And he showed it to me. He said, 83.
And what's that, 83 miles an hour?
83 kilometers.
Oh, kilometers.
Which
is that illegal?
Yeah, I was speeding a lot because you're going 90
and then
kilometers, and then you slow down when you get into town. But I didn't slow down fast enough, and I got pinched.
And then they asked you to, and by pinched you meant literally. Okay.
Well, then they said, driver's license. So I gave him my driver's license, and literally there is a guy, his amigo, standing next to him with a clipboard, took my driver's license, and literally was doing this. He wasn't even writing.
Oh, he was faking writing.
He was just faking.
Like Albert Brooks in Modern Romance when he fakes
Hey.
writing down a telephone number.
Here's a clown. I mean, literally not. And so I'm wondering, I hear all right, where's the bribe? I need to hear the bribe. But we have a little audio of what happened.
Buenos dias, officer.
Hola.
I'm very sorry if we were violating some of your local traffic laws. You see, family and I got into a heated game of road bingo and cut the
So did you actually have to get out of the car and then they saw what an architectural wonder you are and then they paid you, right?
Well, the bribe came. I mean.
Oh, you bribed them?
No. They shook me down.
Oh, did they?
It was a shakedown.
But I don't feel like arresting anybody today, so I just simply take my bribe and I'll be on my way.
I just did.
I told you, but do you want to hear the bribe story?
So
do we have time? No.
Well, real quick.
Okay.
No. But we have time. But so basically, he made me pay. Well, he wanted me to pay $83 for going 83.
Sure.
Because that makes just. And he looks at his buddies like the $83.
Right.
Americano? Sí. Ahora mismo.
Well, you got 3 guys, so they each got to split it.
So it's 2 guys, and then a female cop, and then another male cop, and they're all surrounding the car.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any money. I have $0 dinero. And then he said, vamos a la police estaciones.
Oh, boy.
Get out of the car. And I'm like, I don't want to leave my children. And so I know for a fact that they received Christmas money. I know because I gave it to them. And I look at Peyton and Eli, I'm like, guys, I'll pay you back. I need money.
Your kids wouldn't fork over the money? Send our mother to jail.
Andrew, no, I'm not kidding you. And Andrew has Peyton has alligator arms. And he's like, nah, maybe I'll help. I go, no, I need the money right now. You don't understand.
Did your kids try to bargain with the cops?
No.
My mother's a drunk. She doesn't know anything. She took us across the border. She's derelict. DCFS should take us away.
She's not even my mom. Help.
Yeah.
Help me. So finally, Eli gives me $20. And I said, I need more money. I have to have $83. So they finally coughed up enough money. $80. But that's all we had. We didn't have $83. That's all I have.
They accepted it. A discount rate.
Yeah, but can you imagine if they took me to jail? Oh, my. I'd probably still be in jail. And you'd be doing the show solo or maybe with...
Would have been a lot of fun. Mike Scott is a lot of fun. He is.
So as your you paid the Mexican policia to get me arrested.
I asked them. I had a deal with them. I said the holdout. I knew how much dough you had given your kids, your quarterback kids.
So yeah,
Didn't work.
The bottom line is don't speed when you're going into Mexico. Coming up on Chicago's Morning
you
Answer.
Wink your way out of a ticket. With
no.
You tall drink of water. You couldn't do it with the Mexican police.
I could with Chicago police, but I could not, and Illinois State Police couldn't do it with the Mexican policia. Okay. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, former Alderman Bob Fioretti, who wants to be your next mayor, will be joining us. And later, the freshman senator makes his presence known in Washington, D.C. But first, let's head into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
Cloudy skies and 27 degrees. 6:30 is our time on AM 560, The Answer. And we're watching a developing story in Europe this morning where a passenger train on a bridge linking central Denmark's islands hit an unknown object today, killing 6 and injuring severely 16 others. The man who's heading President Trump's 2020 re-election campaign slamming Mitt Romney for blasting President Trump. Romney had said that after 2 years in office, Trump had not risen to the mantle of that office. President Trump has invited Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer to the White House today. They'll talk borders security. Our reporter Mark Mayfield has details on the morning meeting.
This is going to be the first face-to-face meeting they've had since the partial government shutdown began nearly 2 weeks ago. Trump issued the invitation to the top 2 leaders of both parties yesterday. They're going to be meeting one day before Democrats take over control of the U.S. House. Mark Mayfield, NBC News Radio.
Russia detaining a U.S. citizen on spying charges in Moscow. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said this morning in Brazil that the U.S. consulate is hoping to get access to Paul Whelan later today.
We've made clear to the Russians our expectation that we will learn more about the charges, come to understand what it is he's been accused of, and if the detention is not appropriate, we will demand his immediate return.
The TASS news agency is reporting Whelan was taken into custody during a spy rally by Federal Security Service officers in Russia. Employees from Amazon fulfillment warehouses are gathering to push for formation of their own union. Some workers say harsh company treatment, including stringent quotas and strict work structures, are causing the wave of support for a union. Authorities continue investigating a shooting on the Eisenhower Expressway in Hillside that left one person critically wounded today. The shooting took place near Wolf Road. 2 are seriously hurt following a fire on Chicago's northwest side. The blaze broke out early this morning in a 5-story apartment building in the 6400 block of West Belle Plaine. Bruins over the Blackhawks in the Winter Classic at Notre Dame Stadium, 4-2. Bulls hosting the Magic later on tonight. College baskets, Notre Dame lost to Virginia Tech. Your college football bowl game day yesterday saw Ohio State over Washington. Texas tripped up Georgia in the Sugar. Central Florida was upset by LSU in the Fiesta Bowl. Kentucky beat Penn State in the Citrus, and Iowa a winner over Mississippi State in the Outback Bowl. The news, a service of Peloton, live studio classes in the comfort of your own home. Whether it's a monthly challenge to meet your goals, a training program for your next race, the Peloton bike will make you want to show up and keep climbing the live leaderboard. Learn more about the Peloton bike at onepeloton.com or visit your local showroom. 6:33 is our time. A check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
The world is a dangerous place. Often, it's a very ugly place. And you come here to try to help make sense of it all. We give you the latest news, help you understand what it means and why it's important. But there are bigger questions you need answered about life and death, faith and hope. And that's where our sister station, AM 1160, Hope for Your Life, comes in. When you're looking for answers to life's biggest questions, give them a listen at AM 1160 or online at 1160hope.com.
Check out Ground Game, the latest podcast from the Associated Press discussing the top political issues around the country. Available on Apple Podcasts.
When do you want to spot that burglar? When he's casing your home or after he's in? Ask John, whose Blink camera alerted him a burglar's trying to break in while he and his family were home. Or Shannon, whose Blink camera caught a thief stealing packages. Both times, Blink video clips were sent to police to help convict the crooks. Blink motion-activated indoor and outdoor cameras are wire-free, set up in minutes, and run on 2 AA batteries that last up to 2 years. And if you're traveling over the holidays, Blink's live feed option lets you monitor your home and check in on pets from anywhere using the Blink smartphone app. No contracts, no subscriptions, totally affordable, and Blink works with Alexa. Blink camera systems make great holiday gifts, and they're a brilliant way to monitor holiday package deliveries. Save up to a whopping 40% off all outdoor XT and add-on cameras through December 22nd while supplies last. Visit blinkprotect.com/holiday, blinkprotect.com/holiday. Blink is an Amazon company.
Hey guys, Ken here from the hit podcast Today's Growth, now heard regularly in 18 countries. What percentage of you listening to this commercial often say to yourself, what could I do to make more money, or how can we increase our business? I'm guessing that's most of you. Have you ever heard knock on the door and it'll open? Well, my friends at Income Store have doors you can open that can help you or your family make more money, or doors that lead to an increase in revenue for any business of any size. Income Store has 2 main doors on their website. These doors lead to over 2,000 revenue-generating ideas and products. Although a few of their products are pricey, 90+% of their growth formulas are delivered free or nearly free. Income Store's growth products and ideas have been publicized and featured on Forbes, Inc., USA Today, and recently the Biography Channel. Could your household or business use a revenue shot in the backside? Are you sick of your checkbook talking back and saying no? If so, you need to knock on the doors of IncomeStore.com. That's IncomeStore.com.
It is 6:36. Let's check the roads this morning in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
The winter mix around the Chicago area is causing some issues, especially the northwest. Got a little freezing drizzle here and there, even a little snow. There is a crash in Gurnee on 132 westbound Grand Avenue, west of Eau Plaine. To the south in Monee, there's a rollover on eastbound Stunkel near I-57. The Edens Expressway has no delays to report. The Kennedy is fine, too. Eisenhower outbound traffic's a little sluggish. Tri-State to North Avenue, 2-minute delay. Inbound Stevenson, just a tad tight from Pulaski to Kedzie. Inbound Ryan, a little congested, approaching downtown. I-57, Bishop Ford looking good. Tollways are fine. Northbound I-65 is heavy from 8094 to 15th Avenue. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center, mostly cloudy, couple of flurries today, high near 33, clearing in 23 overnight. Sunny much of the day tomorrow, high near 38. Currently 27 at O'Hare, 29 along the lakefront. Your next news update is at 7. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Make sure to check out the Income Store live video stream of today's show right now at 560theanswer.com.
Let freedom ring this afternoon at 2 with Sean Hannity, right before Joe Walsh at 5 on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning. Welcome back to AM 560, The Answer, the Dan and Amy show with, of course, the one and only Bruce Wolf filling in for, thanks for coming, filling in for Dan Proft today. You'll be here for the rest of the week. And don't have much longer until the election, until the mayoral campaign. I do believe there's 22 people vying for mayor, maybe 21, and we'll see who gets knocked off the ballot because a lot of people are challenging other people's petitions to make sure that the signatures are real. And one man who wants to be your next mayor of Chicago, good friend of the show, former alderman of the 2nd Ward, committee member, lawyer, all around a good guy, Bob Fioretti joins us in studio. Welcome, Bob.
Welcome. Yes, thank you very much, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, now I know back in 2015 you challenged Mayor Emanuel, and I remember he tried to give you some payback where you had an event and he hid you in a school, or where were you guys? Remember, he took you on a tour?
I was at Jones when we opened up. I actually fought for the Jones Extension and Community component to add about 300 students from the community at that point. And after all the work we put in and everything, all of a sudden, when we were dedicating the school, I was not invited.
No,
So
he was
it was typical of
It
Rahm.
was a typical Rahm Emanuel thing to do.
You know, another one was actually he did it. You know, they named the historic Pullman area a national park, and Obama flew in on federal, and it was paid by for the federal government because he signed it. He signed the act making it a federal area. But Rahm took a lot of commercials and everything. And of course, I was the president of the Historic Pullman Foundation.
Right.
I
And
was the
aren't
one
you
who
from that
fought for
area?
that.
From Pullman,
I grew up
Roseland?
in the Roseland Pullman area. I lived in Pullman for 8 years. I was president after the fire. I got $10 million to help rebuild the administration clock tower area. And then all of a sudden, they said my invite was lost in the mail.
God.
Typical Rahm.
All right. Well, you got
Typical
your
Chicago.
You got your Schadenfreude, cha-cha, because Rahm's gone. All right, he's out.
Rahm is not the issue, right? But the issues that 4 years ago and 8 years when I first ran for alderman are the same issues: crime, education, and really how we're managing our budget and how severe. Because the reason I got into this race, I never heard any of the candidates talking about the budget problem and restructuring city government. I mean, whoever gets elected from May 15th by September 1st. Has to find $400 million new dollars to pay into the pension fund for the following year.
And how do you propose we would come up with that revenue?
Well, first of all, I think there's a lot of ways that we need to look at. A lot of it's from TIF surplus, but we probably don't have enough. One thing which I am not in favor of raising any taxes. I'm not in favor of raising property taxes, which are forcing people out. But one thing we have to look at is the commuter tax. A 1% tax. And I know.
He's
I
a
know.
suburban guy.
I'm listening. Hey, if you have a good idea, tell me.
I have an idea here. You want to
Okay,
hear this?
yes.
Actually, it's not mine. I'm plagiarizing. it.
Okay, I'll take it.
It is from
Attribution is
this
good.
Austin Berg has written. Mr. Berg has written a book here, and there was a Tribune op-ed about.
Wait a minute.
I
I'm
have
still
it
waiting
here.
for their book to come out. I have talked to
Austin Berg?
Ed. I haven't talked to Austin
okay.
on this, but yes.
I thought the book was coming out. But anyway, they say the city holds more pension debt than 44 of the 50 states and more municipal debt per capita than any major city. Los Angeles, a city with 45% more people and double the land area, pays roughly the same amount as Chicago for police and fire protection. And yet Angelinos have remarkable oversight over policing, have a far lower homicide rate, and receive international acclaim for battling California blazes. They suggest an elected comptroller, some form of voter approval for tax hikes and new debt.
I'm in favor.
And a robust city council that offers meaningful contributions to the budgeting process. They want fewer aldermen because aldermen...
I have been cut the city council in half right now in term
That's what you would
All right.
do?
Now,
Yes.
also, Rahm Emanuel is now, in my opinion, the de facto head of the Republican Party in Illinois. There being no Republican Party in
Right.
Illinois. And now that he's no longer going to be the mayor, of course, he comes out in favor of a constitutional amendment so that we can help solve the pension crisis. Would you favor a constitutional
Well, wait a minute.
amendment?
Let's talk. Let's say I start today, and the governor had already signed that the constitutional amendment goes into effect tomorrow. It will never affect me. And then, so we're talking 20 years down the line before that constitutional amendment under this Constitution affects people. So who are we kidding when we say we need a constitutional amendment? Rahm proposed, I'll call it the 4 C's. Cash, casinos, cannabis, and constitutional amendment.
Yeah, and
the
Governor
Cubs.
and Governor Pritzker wants to do that too. With the state's approval, not only the city's approval.
Well,
is that how we're going to
Governor Pritzker
fill this void? Is with casinos?
Well, but Pritzker also wants to
And with
raise
marijuana.
taxes on people, supposedly on the rich. But you know how that winds up. What happens with that? You wind up having everybody pay more taxes, and
Right.
people leave the state.
Well, they're leaving in droves as it is.
Yeah.
I noticed it when I was first elected in 2007. I gave a lot of commencement speeches, but everybody, the graduates who I talked to, they were all fleeing. Kids that were graduating high school. I had more schools than any other ward in the city. And I had 40-some at that point. And I gave university commencement speeches, high school commencement speeches, and you look at where everybody was going. They were leaving. The trend started way back when, and it was crime, education, taxes. Those were the issues, and lack of job opportunities here in the city of Chicago.
Let's talk crime. And do you approve of the job so far that Superintendent Johnson is doing?
Well, I'm going to say I approve of what he's doing, but I think he does what Rahm tells him to do. He does only what Rahm tells him to do. I remember once walking down the corridors of City Hall and bumped into the former superintendent, and he goes to me. I said, "How's it going?" He's holding on to his neck. He says, "It's like I got a boot on my neck at that point," because he does. Rahm called him up every morning and told him what to do.
I don't think people realize what a bully Rahm Emanuel is.
Oh, they know what.
No. I mean, I have friends in the media. Well, and they tell me stories that if he didn't like a story that they did, he would call her into his office and stomp up and down and have a temper tantrum and just act so erratic and out of his mind.
But like all bullies, he's a coward. But bring Rahm Emanuel in here, and I will ream him for the Jim Crow-like act that he did. Well, of course, the city of Chicago already did that. They booted him because he wouldn't allow that video to be shown to black people and effectively disenfranchise them in the primary of 2015. Agree?
I do agree. I think the whole thing was a cover-up at that point. So
no, I think so too. And also, he said he was worried about violence on the streets of Chicago. We couldn't. The community couldn't.
Instead, he got it
handle
one drip at a time, one murder at a time, and it was the torture that way because the police, as he said, went into a fetal position after that.
What do you want to say to the people that are? Oh, well, you can.
No. Yeah. And I think it's tough on our police officers here in this city. Every city council meeting, we honor some police, we honor some fire, and we honor a community member. And it's an hour and a half of the city council meetings. But I always got up when we were honoring our police officers. And whenever we have a problem, what do? 911. And by the time we hang up, if we're not there, we're criticizing them already. And then we criticize them. We're the first to criticize them. On whatever they do, that they're not getting out of their cars, they're not doing the things. A lot of the problems that we have, we're entering a consent decree. $28 million. Who was the superintendent then? They could have stopped a lot of this because it starts from the top. If you read through, and I've read the consent decree, I've read all the other published opinions that people have about it, the 100, 200 pages that they say, and you start going through it, it's a matter of hiring, it's a matter of training, it's supervision, and it's discipline. And if you don't start from the top and have your people do what needs to be done, then we fail.
Do you think we need that new police academy on the west side?
No, I don't. I think we can make changes, for whatever reason, we can push it into current and make the current academy the best, and we don't need it on the far west side and spend $90 million for it.
Just for the record, I want to say that not being an expert on police matters, I would rely more on somebody like Heather McDonald of the Manhattan Institute, who says that the federal government was cherry picking when it did its report. I mean, they had this the conclusions baked in before they even looked at the evidence on that. So the police, we're trying to sympathize with them. I mean, they have to go through a lot of paperwork, and I don't know how necessary all of that is. Nobody wants anybody being brutalized by the police, but there was in defense of Gary McCarthy there, the federal government does do some things that are questionable.
And if you reach a conclusion before you go through the analysis, then you have a problem. And I think we have to look at what we're doing here in the city. When we put the former superintendent, Jody Weiss, on, I questioned him about his qualifications. I questioned him. He didn't know what a broken theory, the broken windows theory was. I asked him about that we should put more bikes out on the street, and they did. Officers getting out of the car, officer-friendly that we need. We needed more officers there, but we needed, we concentrate on so much on this overtime for police. I'm worried about it. You can't put police officers doing all this overtime. It tires them out.
Right,
they make
they're
wrong
not sharp,
decisions. You know what?
So would you hire more police officers? I mean, the other day I saw, I think it was about a month ago, 2 officers walking down my street. And I've lived there for 20 plus years. I stopped and I said, can I take a picture? Because I have not seen police officers in my neighborhood. I can't remember the last time it was. And we even had a shooting where, there was, my neighbors, there was somebody, their front window was shot through and the cops didn't even show up. I said, I have the shell casing here. And they said, was anybody injured? And I said, no. And they said, well, we're busy. Right. Basically, they couldn't help.
Right.
And there was a shooting. It was just
and
so
a lot
strange.
of the calls, and we have to even train the public as to what's happening out here.
Right.
As to when to make a call, when not to. I'll tell you, I live on the West Loop. I live most people know I live on Jackson and Ashton, but our neighborhood's been racked with shootings, with burglaries, carjackings, and so.
With former aldermen. Now it's time for me to yell at you.
No,
did I not just read to you that Los Angeles, a city with 45% more people and double the land area, pays roughly the same amount as Chicago for police and fire protection, and they've got a lower homicide rate?
Yes, I think you did read
Okay,
it. You're a very
did.
good
You know what?
reader.
Well,
Thank goodness you know how to read.
And you agreed with me, did you not?
Well, you know what? I want to take a look at why that is. Look, we have gun trafficking that comes into this city much more so than Los Angeles. We are a global center for human trafficking in this country. You know, and we need to address those issues because those undermine security, those undermine our justice system, and those are problems that need to be addressed.
And the homicide, I mean, the numbers are in. We had 561 murdered in Chicago in 2018. So that's down 660 from 2017. I mean, that's 660 lives that were, essentially saved. And do you think it's because of Superintendent Johnson or the work that the efforts that they're making?
Well,
I
think
we still
some
need
of
to
it
get
is
that
the
number
police.
down.
Yes, a lot of it's the police being out there and trying to be out there. But at the same time, we're losing. Maybe our criminals are doing the bad guys. We'll call them the bad guys because that's a nice term for evil people. Are doing things differently here too, and the gang problem is spread out. It's spread out into the suburbs now.
I was about to say the reason.
There's a lot of
I thought
gangs
I'd
in
be
the
accused
suburbs.
of being facetious. That the reason the numbers are down is because there's no more people. But you're
I
basically
was just gonna
saying
say that too.
The people aren't there anymore.
Real quickly, what are you challenging anybody's petitions?
No, I don't believe in that nonsense.
Well, it is a colossal waste of tax dollars.
It
I mean,
is.
people were working on Christmas Eve and
Yes.
Christmas Day and
Yes.
spending millions of dollars on our taxes.
The city of, you need 12,500 signatures to get on the ballot here for mayor. For governor, you need between 5,000 and 10,000. City of New York, 7,000 signatures. I think L.A. has 500 signatures to be mayor.
Oh my
So think
gosh.
about what we're doing here. Come on, who's kidding who? And it's
Plus, those
to
ward
keep 'em
workers,
incumbent.
their hands get cramped.
Yes,
when they're
I know when
signing
they're
the
sitting
same
around
name
the
over and
sitting
over
around
and
the
over.
table
one
at
petition.
night. Yes.
So who's your biggest challenger right now?
I think the big money folks are.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a race really about big money and insider politics at this point. The investment bankers are all signing up on who's who. They're the ones that like to control the city.
Yep.
And I think, they clearly they don't want me. They've always fought against me. They don't like, because I'm talking about structural change. I'm talking about the way we change government and how we react.
Rahm Emanuel was an investment banker once.
I wonder why.
Gee, how
And
did
he
he
worked
do
with
that?
Bruce Rauner
He got
and
the
made $15
vigorish.
million.
Yeah, the
Boom.
deal between Bruce Rauner, name sound familiar, and Bill Daley. How does that work?
I know, Bill. It
How
just makes
does that
me sick.
work?
Now, and then you've
How
got
can I
people
get some
that
of that
already have.
vigorish?
You've got Tony Preckwinkle, who's already our Cook County Board President. Susanna Mendoza, who's already our state's comptroller. I mean, they're running for a job when they already have a job.
And they have a job.
And we don't
They should
need them.
resign from their jobs.
Right,
if they
in
were
order to run, if they're
serious.
serious. Because you ran for Cook County Board President
Yes,
against
I did,
Tony
because,
Preckwinkle.
and I got into that race late, just like I'm getting into this race late, but nobody wanted to challenge it. I thought we thought there was going to be somebody coming forward, and he never did. And we were
Who was
lucky.
supposed to come forward?
I think Richard Boykin seriously
Oh,
considered
okay.
it at that point. And, they all went after him then to boot him out of his seat that he had.
Well, we're out of time, but how can people learn more information about you and contribute to your campaign?
Go to Bob for Chicago, F-O-R, Bob, F-O-R, Chicago.com. I've got my website up there.
Amy would give you $80, but she had to give it to the Mexican cops, to beat a speeding ticket.
I think he missed that segment.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I
I'm
just
trying.
came
I'm
from
saying
Mexico,
that's why
got
she doesn't
pulled
have
over.
any scratch.
It was a shakedown, man.
Yeah,
All right, so it's bobforchicago.com. All right, thank you so much, Bob Fioretti,
Good
for
to be
joining
in the
us.
studio. Thanks.
It's what Chicago is talking about. It's Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy on AM 560. The Answer.
I'm Keith Peters in for Lou Dobbs. Wall Street and Congress return to work today, and Sears faces another life and death deadline this Friday. Those stories next.
Have you ever seen a pest controller spraying chemicals in your home? It makes you wonder, if their chemicals are safe, then why do they suit up and wear respirators only to leave you to walk back in unprotected? G'day, I'm Scott from Plug-in Pest Free, and I'm here to tell you there's a better way. In an age where we now have the choice to drive electric cars, you too can electronically rid your home or business of unwanted rodents and pests. The answer is Plug-in Pest Free. 100% chemical-free, Plug-in Pest Free is your safest bet for your family and pets. Our bestseller, the Plug-in Pest Free Pro, will cover up to 4,000 square feet. Now that's fair dinkum. So order yours today at gopestfree.com. Use promo code SAVE20 for 20% off plus free shipping and a 60-day money-back guarantee. That's gopestfree.com, promo code SAVE20. Don't spray and regret. Plug in and forget. Gopestfree.com today.
Happy New Year, everyone. Wall Street resumes normal trading today after the New Year's Day break. All major stock and bond firms will be open for this first full trading day of 2019. Congress will also reopen with the U.S. House under control of the Democratic Party. And Nancy Pelosi is widely assumed to become Speaker after spending her holiday break at a huge-end Hawaiian resort. Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer will need to find some common ground with President Trump on funding his border wall with Mexico to end the partial shutdown of the government. Sears has until this Friday to win approval of a bid by its chairman to save the retailer from liquidation. If its advisors turn thumbs down, 68,000 employees could be out of work. Please join us for Lou Dobbs tonight at 7 and 10 Eastern on the Fox Business Network. This is the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest-growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Chris Veldman of ServiceMaster DSI, the largest ServiceMaster franchise in the United States and a customer of Signature Bank. In our business, we respond to disaster, and we never know when disaster will strike, whether it's flooding in Louisiana or a house fire in Chicago. Not all banks understand that need for flexibility, but Signature Bank does. That's why we consider them so much more than a bank. They have been our business partner since 2006, when their three co-founders, Mick, Kevin, and Brian, started the bank. Signature Bank is a key part of our growth strategy at ServiceMaster DSI.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, so you're for PatriotMobile.com. Patriot Mobile wants to know, what's your New Year's resolution? Why not find a better fit for your values? Big Mobile funds the big left, donates to causes like Planned Parenthood. Patriot Mobile does just the opposite. They donate to conservative causes every time you pay your bill. When you rather fund pro-life, religious freedom, and Second Amendment right groups with every call you make, it's easier to switch to Patriot Mobile. Most people save money, and they know that their hard-earned dollars are working to make America great again. Bring your own phone, keep your own phone number, buy a new phone, whatever it takes. Now is the time. Make a New Year's resolution to stop spending money with companies that contradict your values. Plus, visit them online at patriotmobile.com/Hugh to get your activation fee waived, or mention Hugh when you call 1-800-A-PATRIOT. That's 1-800-A-PATRIOT. Make a New Year's resolution today. Join the revolution. patriotmobile.com/Hugh. 1-800-A-PATRIOT. Mention Hugh. Get the activation fee waived. Switch to Patriot Mobile today.
You're losing business to online companies. Competitors are using social media to rob you of sales. If your current website is 5 years behind the times, or even one, contact us at Salem Surround. Digital marketing that surrounds potential customers with your message wherever they engage, search, surf, socialize, or review. We offer a free analysis of your digital marketing effectiveness and suggest methods that could dramatically increase bottom line. Salem Surround takes the mystery of digital marketing off your shoulders, letting you do what you do best. Run your business while we deliver customers. Is your business taking full advantage of digital communication to reach more people? Are your competitors ahead of you? Now, there are no limitations on where you can reach customers with Salem Surround. Total market penetration for increased ROI. Learn more by logging on to surroundchicago.com. Surroundchicago.com, connecting you with new customers.
The quivers, the shivers, goosebumps. That's what our customers say before 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning repairs their furnace. Call us. We'll fix it right, stand by our work, and give you our straightforward pricing, which means no hourly charges. How's that for goosebumps? Right now, get big savings on any heating repair. Call 855-1-HOUR.
Your comfort is just a call away. Call 1 Hour.
Terms and conditions may apply. Call for details. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
It's news, opinion, insight. It's AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago.
Congressional leaders will take a trip to the White House. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. They'll get a briefing on border security on day 12 of the partial government shutdown.
This will be the first face-to-face meeting between Democratic leaders and President Trump since the shutdown began. In a letter to fellow lawmakers on Tuesday, Nancy Pelosi said Democrats plan to pass a pair of bills to end the shutdown without funding the president's wall. The White House is calling Pelosi's proposals a non-starter.
That's Fox's Garrett Tenney. Now, there was another skirmish at the border New Year's Eve. About 150 migrants tried to cross illegally from Tijuana and threw rocks at Border Patrol agents who fired tear gas back.
One agent was hit square in the face with a rock. Luckily, he had his helmet and shield on and was not seriously injured.
Chief Patrol Agent Rodney Scott, about 25 migrants were taken into custody. The next Congress will be sworn in tomorrow. And Mitt Romney is one of the new Republican senators, and he's again critical of President Trump. Fox's Rachel Sutherland, live in Washington.
Dave, in an op-ed for the Washington Post, Romney writes that President Trump has not risen to the mantle of the office. And while the former presidential contender praises the president for tax reform and appointing conservative judges, he criticizes him for his tone, writing, "With a nation so divided, resentful, and angry, presidential leadership and qualities of character is indispensable. And it is in this province where the incumbent's shortfall has been most glaring," adding, "The world is watching." Dave.
And Rachel, minutes ago, President Trump tweeted, "I won big and he didn't," and that Romney should be happy for all Republicans, be a team player, and win. The search is still on for the man who murdered a 7-year-old girl in Houston on Sunday, driving his pickup truck next to a car, leaving a Walmart parking lot and shooting, killing the girl, wounding her mother, who said from a hospital bed yesterday,
"I'm praying for her to walk through that door and hug me and kiss me and tell me everything is okay." And she's not.
This is Fox News.
Skies are cloudy, and we have a winter weather advisory in effect until 11 a.m., 28 degrees. As the new year begins, the work week begins for many this Wednesday morning, 7:02 on AM 560, The Answer. I'm Mike Scott. That winter weather advisory includes freezing drizzle, glazing of ice on roads, parking lots, and sidewalks through 11 a.m. Authorities continue investigating this morning after a shooting on the Eisenhower Expressway in Hillside that left one person critically wounded. State police tell us the victim was shot early this morning driving near Wolf Road. Two are seriously hurt following a fire on Chicago's northwest side. Chicago Fire tells us the blaze broke out this morning in the 6400 block of West Belle Plaine Avenue in a 5-story apartment building. Chicago police mourning after another officer takes his own life on the northwest side. Authorities say the officer shot and killed himself in the 5500 block of North Mulligan Avenue. He lived on the same block where he died. It marks the 5th suicide by a Chicago police officer in the last 6 months. Authorities are still searching for the person who shot a postal worker in Elk Grove Village. The incident happened Monday night. The worker remains hospitalized in stable condition. U.S.-based Roman Catholic bishops are gathering today for a week-long retreat in the Chicago area on the church sexual abuse scandal that organizers say will focus on prayer and spiritual reflection, not formulating policy. Bruins over the Blackhawks in the Winter Classic at Notre Dame Stadium, 4-2. Bulls hosting the Magic later on tonight. College baskets, Notre Dame lost to Virginia Tech, 81-61. The news, a service of P3 portable protein packs, the more interesting way to get your protein. It's the perfect high-protein snack for on the go. It's a combination of meat, cheese, and nuts that will have you ready to take on the day. Grab the more interesting way to get your protein with P3 portable protein packs. 7:04 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
The world is a dangerous place. Often, it's a very ugly place, and you come here to try to help make sense of it all. We give you the latest news, help you understand what it means and why it's important. But there are bigger questions you need answered about life and death, faith and hope. And that's where our sister station, AM 1160, Hope for Your Life, comes in. When you're looking for answers to life's biggest questions, give them a listen at AM 1160 or online at 1160hope.com.
This is an announcement for all people who want to take a risk-free challenge to whiten their teeth in 5 minutes. By calling now, you can whiten your teeth in 5 minutes using clinically proven power swabs. This risk-free challenge is for people whose smile has been yellowed by coffee, tea, red wine, or smoking. The Power Swabs 5-minute challenge is available by responding to this advertisement. If lines are busy, try again. Because the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge is exclusive, it's not available in drugstores. Power Swabs was formulated by Dr. Martin Ginniger and whitens teeth with a patented tooth detergent and whitening agent. It's so effective, we challenge you to try it for 5 minutes to see how white your smile could be. Get it risk-free. Dial 1-800-331-3217. That's 1-800-331-3217. Transform your smile into a wow, you look great smile. Dial 1-800-331-3217. That's 1-800-331-3217.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I had cancer. I have fibromyalgia. I have nerve damage and fatigue. I have thalassemia. I'm hypoglycemic. So my life since cancer, I've had to learn how to live with it. But starting Balance of Nature, I felt it the first month. I felt different. It made such a difference that now I wake up, my head feels clearer, I have more energy. Very rarely does my body cramp up anymore. It's the best thing. It's just amazing. I don't know what to say. I just would not be what I am today if I didn't start Balance of Nature.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
From a hot air balloon landing on a car to a load of concrete falling on one, we've covered it. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
7:07 and a check on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Traffic is heavy around O'Hare this morning, especially on the outbound Kennedy Expressway and on 190. The O'Hare extension. Lanes start on the outbound Kennedy around Nagel. It's heavy from there to Cumberland. And then really jammed approaching the airport on 190. Looking at 38 minutes from downtown to O'Hare. The 190 jam is westbound, and it's all the way from the Kennedy into the terminal area at O'Hare. Eastbound 190 is okay. At the inbound Kennedy is free of any significant delays. The Edens is fine. Inbound Eisenhower, traffic bottlenecks, Damon to the Burns Circle. It's a 2 or 3 minute delay. Stevenson outbound, a little tight, Pulaski to Cicero. It's a midday traffic. The Ryan, slow 18th at the Burns Circle. I-57, Bishop Ford, okay. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Here's our meteorologist, Steve Williams.
Today, mostly cloudy with a couple of flurries and the high at 33. It'll be clearing tonight, low 23. A sunny day for most of the day tomorrow, high 38. Sunny, milder on Friday, high 45. I'm Steve Williams on AM 560, The Answer.
We've had some freezing drizzle this morning, some snow beginning to fall across the area, 27 at O'Hare. Next news at 7:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Real Estate Revealed with Randy Barcella, Sunday mornings starting at 8.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Ding 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 ding. Hey, welcome to 2019. Hey. Woo! Such fun. We didn't have as much fun as Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper.
Oh, boy.
But we'll get to that later. Now, this is a story that you have to hear to believe. It involves a local author and our first lady. The local author is Todd Zimmerman, and he wrote a book called Oliver the Ornament.
Sounds controversial to me.
Well, it was it was written, it's a very nice, it's a Christmas book, okay? Oliver the Ornament is a heartwarming tale of one family's cherished Christmas ornaments, and it's Melania Trump read it to sick children at a hospital.
Sounds controversial to me.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Shh. The First Lady is speaking.
I'm sorry.
The smell of Thanksgiving dinner was still in the air. The guests had gone home hours ago, and now it was time for Henry and Holly to go to bed. You know, I couldn't find Oliver today. He was our first ornament, and he's been with us since our first date. I will have to find him tomorrow because it just wouldn't be Christmas without him.
Yeah,
oh, come
honestly,
on. That's obviously code to the Russians.
No.
Come on, you know that.
When she speaks, I'm mesmerized. Because she's gorgeous. And I mean, her voice is so perfect. It's
very, very nice.
Like party animals.
Yes.
But
when I have my books on tape, I want Melania to do it.
there you go. Well, let's welcome to the program Todd Zimmerman to tell his story. So what an honor as a local author to have her decide to read your book. How did you find out about this?
Well, thanks for having me on first. I received an email from the White House in October asking me, saying that the First Lady had read my book, and they were wondering if I would be available for a phone call the next day. So, of course, it's the White House, so of course I was available. And they called me up and the next day and said that she had read my book and that she would like to read it at Children's National Hospital in Washington, D.C., at Christmas time, continuing a tradition that has been carried on since Bess Truman was the First Lady.
Wow.
So it was really exciting, obviously, for me.
And then, so you flew out to Washington, D.C., and you were with her or in the room, right, when she read the book?
Yes. I was sitting right. There was a little child in between us. In the pictures you can see that there's children patient escorts that escorted her in, and then I was sitting 3 feet away from the First Lady as she was reading my book.
Do you think it was right of you to say, First Lady, show me a little more enthusiasm when you say Oliver? I mean, was that right? Did you do that, Todd?
No.
Did
you question her read?
I was sitting next to her and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe the First Lady of the United States is reading my book. This just can't be happening.
And she's really a lovely lady, right?
She's really, really nice. She's, I saw some things, some kind of behind the scene images, and just got to see a glimpse of what the real person is like. And she's just, incredibly gracious, incredibly engaging with everyone that she spoke with and interacted with.
Right. So now, how has life changed because she chose your book to read to the sick children?
Well, the good news is that this happened. I mean, like I said, this is a tradition that has gone on for 70 years. Books that have been read up until this point include Polar Express or 'Twas the Night Before Christmas and Rudolph. So suddenly my book is in the company with some really iconic Christmas stories.
Dr. Seuss didn't even have his book read by Jackie Kennedy. I mean, think about it.
Not yet.
Not yet. So wait a minute. You said the good news. There couldn't possibly be bad news, could there, Todd?
Oh, you wouldn't think so. But,
okay.
These days where politics seems to have to enter every single element of our society, of course, somehow politics entered into this. Once I found out that this was going to happen, I developed a pretty comprehensive marketing strategy that was going to capitalize on the fact that people who like Donald Trump and people who like Christmas and people who are parents would be very likely to be interested in learning more about this, the fact that Melania Trump selected this book. So I developed an entire campaign on social media to promote this to those individuals. However, as soon as the event took place, I started getting notifications from Facebook saying that my content was not appropriate and it did not meet their community standards. And I thought, well, I've donated 2,000 copies of my book to hospitalized children. A portion of my proceeds of all the sale of my books goes to charity. What can I possibly be doing that doesn't meet their community standards? And so we went back and forth, and of course you're communicating with, you don't know who you're communicating with other than, perhaps a computer. And I was just completely rejected from promoting this whatsoever. What became even worse, though, was my product is sold in about 300 stores across the country, and my stores were really excited because they would be able to share the video of the First Lady sharing content, reading the book, and they would receive error messages from Facebook as well, stating that this content does not meet their community standards. And
this is unbelievable that this is happening.
It's crazy. The First Lady chose this book because it promotes kindness, especially in the face of anti-bullying. And if anybody would have been at that event, you would have known that there was nothing political about that day whatsoever.
Well, let me ask you this, Todd. I mean, if Michelle Obama, let's say, had read Shel Silverstein's The Giving Tree or whatever it was, would Facebook have said that violated community standards?
Well, it's interesting you should ask that because I was getting very frustrated by all of this. I contacted the White House. The White House educated me into what this term called shadowboxing is, which is, suppressing conservative, positive commentary. And so I just thought to myself, well, I wonder if this truly could be, just something against what they view as conservative content. So I changed my post to former First Lady Michelle Obama continued the tradition that was carried on this week. So the video is the same. All of the content was the same. Went to promote it. Facebook took my money with open hands and said, thank you for promoting this wonderful message.
You screwed around with the algorithm. I mean, that's what you did.
And it worked. That's why I think this is such a fascinating story.
This one, you can't even make it up. You can't make up the fact that I could post the exact same content mentioning the former First Lady, but I couldn't post the content listing the existing First Lady.
Todd, has Tucker Carlson booked you yet? No, I mean, we got to
have you know what? If you've got a call, if you've got a line into him,
I'm going to text him right now, Tucker. I know you're at the country club right now, and your daughter's being harassed by somebody.
But this is exactly.
He should be on. This is right up Tucker's alley. It's up our alley.
The shadow boxing of conservative content on Facebook has got to be exposed, and that's why. And Todd, I don't even know if you're a Republican or a Democrat, or how you vote, and you don't have to say, but the fact that this is happening to you, do you understand now why conservatives are under attack?
I said, what I always say about my business is Oliver's a little boy. And you know what? I want his message of kindness to resonate with Republicans, with Democrats, with independents. How I vote really isn't important at all.
But who did you vote for, Todd?
But I'll tell you this. If I was a Democrat, I don't know how I could stay being a Democrat after what happened to me in light of all of the positive things that we were trying to communicate with this event.
It's a suppression of the First Amendment, and as conservatives, we hate the idea of the government taking over these gigantic entities, big media like Facebook. But this is ridiculous. They've totally chilled free speach.
It goes a step further. So it's not just Facebook. It's not just Instagram or Twitter. There is probably 300-400 news organizations at the very least that picked up this story. But you couldn't find these stories. That's the problem. That's what shadowboxing is. They pick them up, they report it, but they don't come up in your news feeds anymore. So if you go and you Google Oliver the Ornament, you would think the fact that the First Lady of the United States of America selected this book and read it, continuing a 70-year tradition, you'd think that would come up in a Google search. You won't find that anywhere. What you will find, if you do First Lady Melania Trump read Oliver the Ornament, then the stories come up. But that's only going to come up if people are aware of it.
Wow. So, and then also when we spoke, last week, because you'd called in and asked about, brought this story to my attention. You mentioned that the kids that were with Melania Trump, have they received any pushback at all?
That's even worse. What I had to deal with is a business, is business, and it's, financial. But these kids have endured some really horrific, first 6 years of their lives, having to go through surgery after surgery after surgery. And they were both so honored to be able to escort the First Lady in and sit next to the First Lady. The parents got threats levied towards them. There was racial comments, derogatory racial comments made to the little African-American girl. There was comments about, they get what they deserve type things.
And these are sick kids.
These are sick children.
Wait a minute, Todd, I must interrupt you for a second. Your book is about an ornament that is bullied. And it was read to children who are now being bullied. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why it makes my stomach churn.
No, you literally, when I was messaging, ironically, on Facebook, one of the little boy's mom, and she said, I just can't talk right now. She's like, I am just crying. There's one person in particular who somehow got a hold of her and is just spewing hate towards her about the fact that he attended this Oliver the Ornament reading with the First Lady.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, you can't make it up.
All right. Well, Todd, what do you do now? Where do you go from here? And if people want to buy your book and support you, where can they go?
Well, they can buy the book on olivertheornament.com. They can buy it on Amazon. Most of the stores that carry it probably have taken the product in, so it's probably best to buy it online. From here, what we do is, we build on this. If Michelle Obama I'm a Chicago guy. I've done events at University of Chicago, at Comer Children's Hospital, at Lurie Children's Hospital. If the former First Lady would like to do a similar event, I would love to do it. I would love to do this I'd love to do an event like this with anyone who's out there promoting kindness.
Oliver, I'm just spitball an idea. And I'm not an author. Okay.
Yep.
Sequel. Oliver, this time it's personal with a machine gun. I'm just
He's a
What do you think? What do you think?
I love it.
Yeah,
there you
I
go.
love it. I made a sign. It's Oliver's getting bullied again, but this time it's by Facebook.
You should.
So.
Oliver bullied by. Oh yeah, there's a lot of ideas we can come up with for titles of your book. Well, I'm thank you so much for sharing your story with us, and again, if anybody wants to support Todd Zimmerman or buy Oliver the Ornament, just Google Oliver the Ornament, which I just did, and you can see.
Well, you can't find
all
it
the
on
places.
Google, right?
No, you can find it on Google. You just won't see a picture of Melania Trump, the First Lady, reading it unless you Google that. Well, thank you so much, Todd Zimmerman. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much for your time.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
The stories you need to know to start your day. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
The following is a paid announcement.
Now, Geiger Wealth brings you Retire with Confidence.
Thanks for joining us today here on Retire with Confidence with Bill Geiger of Geiger Wealth. Bill, usually we're getting together at this time to talk about retirement planning and helping people retire with confidence. But today, you've got a very special message for us, something that's very near and dear to your heart.
Mike, the thing that I want to talk about today with our audience is a little bit different than what we normally do about retirement planning. We are involved with a foundation called We the Children, and the mission of We the Children is to help underprivileged children with food, with medical care, with clothing that they desperately need. Right now, we have a 2-year-old boy named Kiever in Venezuela that has a severe medical condition, and basically what he has is fluid on his brain. It's building up. He needs surgery very, very quickly. To relieve the pressure on his brain, they need to install a valve. It's something called a craniotomy, which scares me just thinking about it. But this little boy is only 2 years old. He needs this surgery badly. His doctors have told his parents that if he doesn't get this operation within the next 30 days, he may die. I'd like to ask our listening audience today to join me in going to the website wethechildren.org, wethechildren.org, and contribute whatever you can, whatever your heart says is right for you. It would be truly, truly appreciated in this Christmas season, and it's going to help us save Keever's life.
The web address again is wethechildren.org. That's wethechildren.org. And folks, don't forget, this is 100% tax deductible. The end of the year, a lot of you are perhaps thinking about some sort of charitable donation, and we ask you to contribute to this great cause. Again, that's wethechildren.org, wethechildren.org.
Yeah, it's tax deductible whether you're an individual or whether you're a corporation. Whatever you donate, 100% of it goes directly to Keever's medical care. There's no overhead on this whatsoever. We're moving everything to his surgeons in Venezuela so we can save his life.
Folks, again, it's wethechildren.org. That's wethechildren.org. Donate what you can right now to wethechildren.org. A 2-year-old boy, his name is Keever.
And folks, I want to take just a moment here to thank everyone in advance for helping us save this boy's life. I want to wish everyone listening to our voices a healthy, happy, and prosperous New Year. And if you have the space in your heart, and I sure hope you do, please go to wethechildren.org right now and make a contribution of any size. And please help us save this boy's life.
Have you ever wanted to speak another language? Whether you want to speak Spanish, French, or German, Babbel's 10 to 15-minute lessons can get you speaking confidently in your new language within weeks.
I just started learning Spanish with Babbel, and it's really helping me with my pronunciation.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres? Haha, I got it! I'm amazed how confidently I speak Spanish now. I wish I had tried Babbel sooner.
Babbel's award-winning technology gets you speaking right away. And best of all, you'll remember what you've learned. No wonder Babbel is the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Try it for yourself and see why Babbel is the quick way to get conversational in a new language, like Spanish, German, Portuguese, and more. You can try Babbel for free. Go to Babbel.com or download the app and try it for free. That's Babbel, Babbel.com, or download the app to try it for free. That's Babbel.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Mitt Romney, freshman senator, stirring things up.
Oh, my God.
Well, he's
him again.
He's going to be sworn into the U.S. Senate tomorrow. What do you mean, him again? I'm in love with Mitt Romney.
So the one political convention I went to with Dan Proft in 2012,
Yeah.
we're there in the arena in Tampa, and there's an auxiliary scoreboard up, which is showing the national debt going up and up and up,
Yeah.
which at that time was probably only like 19 trillion or whatever. And that was the Republican message. Oh, we've got this debt, and it's going. And, of course, it was a loser message because it did not resonate with the 47% or even more. Donald Trump was able to flip 9 million Obama voters. And after Mitt Romney lost, Republicans were trying to figure out, how do we appeal to those people? Well, Donald Trump was the embodiment of that.
Well,
so if Mitt Romney doesn't like Donald Trump's style, Mitt Romney can go to hell.
Well, Mitt Romney wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post, pretty much criticizing President Trump. He said the Trump presidency made a deep descent in December. The departures of Defense Secretary Jim Mattis, White House Chief of Staff John Kelly, the appointment of senior persons of lesser experience, the abandonment of allies who fight beside us, and the president's thoughtless claim that America has long been a sucker in world affairs all defined his presidency down.
And if Mitt Romney were the president of the United States, right, or running for president,
Right,
and
which
had run for
he
president.
might now
If
in
he-
2020.
Right, if he had run again, had been our Adlai Stevenson and run twice and lost, there would be no Gorsuch. There would be no
yes, there
Kavanaugh.
would.
There would be
Yes,
no
if
Amy
Mitt-
Barrett because Hillary Clinton would have won. There's no way that Mitt Romney would have beaten Hillary Clinton, even with the email thing, because President Trump was able to flip 9 million Obama voters because he made it seem whatever, that he cared.
So you don't like this article that was penned on January
Mitt Romney-
1st at 8 p.m.?
Mitt Romney is a loser?
No, he's not. He said it was well known that Donald Trump was not my choice for the Republican presidential nomination. After he became the nominee, I hoped his campaign would refrain from resentment and name-calling.
And it's well known.
It did not.
It's well known that Mitt Romney was not the choice of the American people in 2012.
Well, it's a fascinating article, and I think you should read it. It's in the Washington Post. You do have
Bore
a
me.
copy.
Bore me.
But I bet you my left leg that you would not read this because it involves taking time to sit down and read. Boom.
Why your left leg?
I know. I like my left. My left leg is stronger than my right leg. Coming up
To
on
kick me with.
Chicago's Morning Answer, what did happen? The worst closing day ever on Christmas Eve. Where are we heading? We'll get the latest with Stephen Moore. And later, she's in, but is Pocahontas cursed? We'll explain. But right now, let's go into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
Bruce and Amy, good morning. A winter weather advisory up until around 11 a.m. with the chances of freezing drizzle and snow and a glazing of ice today. Russia detaining a U.S. citizen on spying charges in Moscow. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said this morning at a press conference in Brazil that the U.S. consulate is hoping to get access to Paul Whelan today.
We've made clear to the Russians our expectation that we will learn more about the charges, come to understand what it is he's been accused of, and if the detention is not appropriate, we will demand his immediate return.
TASS news agency says Whelan was taken into custody during a spy rally. His family says he was in Russia for a wedding. A Danish passenger train apparently hit a falling cargo from a passing freight train Wednesday in an accident that killed 6 and injured 16 others as it crossed a bridge linking the country's islands. The accident was the worst in Denmark in more than 30 years. Senator Elizabeth Warren heads to Iowa this weekend. Warren's Presidential Exploratory Committee saying the lawmaker will be making stops in Sioux City, Des Moines, and Council Bluffs. President Trump inviting leaders of Congress from both sides of the aisle to a briefing on border security. Today's meeting at the White House will be led by officials from the Department of Homeland Security. Meantime, Democrats in the White House are at an impasse over ending a partial government shutdown. Authorities are investigating a shooting this morning in Hillside along the Eisenhower Expressway that left one person critically wounded. State police say the victim was shot early this morning while driving near Wolf Road. Chicago Police Department in mourning after another officer takes his own life. It happened on the northwest side, as authorities say the officer shot and killed himself in the 5500 block of North Mulligan Avenue. It marks the 5th suicide by a Chicago police officer in the last 6 months. A newly elected Democrat state lawmaker here in Illinois who has yet to take the oath of office is already looking to the next election. State Rep designate Ann Stava Murray yesterday announcing that she will run against Illinois U.S. Senator Dick Durbin in the Democrat primary in 2020. Stava Murray made the announcement on Twitter saying she's not going to wait her turn or wait to stay in Springfield any longer than she has to. Bruins over the Blackhawks in the Winter Classic at Notre Dame Stadium, 4-2. Bulls hosting the Magic later on tonight. The news is a service of Farmers Insurance. From a hot air balloon landing on a car to a load of concrete falling on one, they've got it covered. Talk to Farmers. We know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two. 7:33 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager can always expect one thing from the left.
He feels that marriage equality is bad for straight couples. I've never said that in my life. You know how often things are made up about me by people on the left? Always. That's how often. That is the reason that they can be at peace with what they believe because they make up things that they oppose.
The Dennis Prager Show, weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
Hey, Joe Walsh here. If you're a small business owner or you make the marketing or advertising decisions for a business, then listen up. Once again, our annual Food for the Poor campaign is underway to raise money for children suffering from poverty in the Caribbean and Latin America. We've partnered with Food for the Poor to provide food and clean water to several thousand children in Haiti this Christmas season. And here's how your business can be a big part of this. Become a Food for the Poor business benefactor. Just make a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor, and AM 560 will give you 40 60-second commercials to air right here on AM 560 The Answer between 5 a.m. and 8 p.m. Monday through Friday at no additional cost to you. That's the best advertising deal in all of Chicago. To take advantage of this deal, just call Ann Jeanette at 847-472-8951. Again, that's 847-472-8951.
The most popular days to get engaged are Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day. And guys, finding the perfect wedding venue can be harder to figure out than the color and quality of the perfect diamond. With love in the air, Avante Banquets is here to help you plan the wedding of your dreams for the party of a lifetime at a price right for you. Avante Banquets is part of the family-owned Chicago Prime Restaurants, with a picturesque location opened just last year near Barrington, providing fine American dining and a timeless experience. Avante is an exceptional space for your wedding or corporate events and fundraisers, for an intimate gathering, or parties of 500 or more. The calendar is filling up, so secure your date today at AvanteBanquets.com. That's AVANTE Banquets.com. With wedding packages starting at just $39 a person. Experience exceptional hospitality with the Calcunos family at Avante Banquets, because classic never goes out of style. AvanteBanquets.com. AvanteBanquets.com. Check out Ground Game, the latest podcast from the Associated Press discussing the top political issues around the country. Available on Apple Podcasts.
7:36. Let's get an update on that morning ride to work in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
Some roads are slick, snow and freezing drizzle in the area. Crash in Elgin on Big Timber at 31. There's one in Monee, a rollover eastbound Stunkel near I-57. The Edens Expressway is fine. Eastbound Spur is a little congested. Toll Plaza to Waukegan Road. Kennedy eastbound 5, and outbound it's heavy from Sayre to the airport. 30 minutes downtown to O'Hare. 190 is gummed up westbound from Kennedy, the terminal area at O'Hare. The Eisenhower's pretty light with no significant delays. Stevenson as well. Inbound Rhine, got a 3-minute delay, Canalport to the Burns Circle. I-57, Bishop Ford, fine. Northbound Tri-State, stop and go from the Stevenson to the Hinsdale Oasis. Heavy from the Reagan Tollway to the Ike. The other tollways are clear. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Cloudy, couple of flurries today, high near 33, maybe a bit of ice as you travel through the area this morning. Clearing and 23 overnight. Currently 28 degrees. Your next news is coming up at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Secure Retirement Radio with host Raj Shah. Sunday mornings at 7 on AM 560, The Answer.
Listen to podcasts of Joe Walsh and Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
I was rushing. Wait. We got gonged early on that one.
Really?
Remember the Gong Show?
Gene, dancing machine.
I loved the Gong Show. All right, Steve Moore is supposed to join us, but he's not, and I know why.
Who is Steve Moore?
Steve Moore. You know, Steve Moore.
Yeah.
Wall
Stephen
Street
Moore.
Journal columnist, chief economist at CNN.
Sure.
So he sent me an email inviting me to a luncheon. And guess what? I forgot to respond. Oh, it's hate. You know when you see an email and then more
When
emails
was this
come?
luncheon?
It was December 19th.
You actually ignored a Steve Moore email.
I did. Well, here's the thing. So last year I was invited to the same luncheon. Dan Proft was invited as well. And they gave me the wrong location. And I am not making this up. So I called Dan. I said, well, I'm here at the Union League Club. Or, oh, it's been moved to such and such location. I'm like, oh, well, you might have wanted to let me know. So then I showed up and everybody was already eating. And, I was informed nothing can be recorded here. This is just a conversation. I'm not recording anything. But maybe that's why I didn't show up.
This is Steve Moore.
Good morning.
Steve? Oh, wait, are you? Oh, my.
It was a drop-in. This is like Home Alone right now. She just got fooled by this recording.
You guys got me.
Just interview me. I'll pretend I'm Stephen Moore. I know his
Why
patter.
did we have the worst?
I'm Stephen Moore. Yes.
No, I was going to throw out a question. Thank you, Justin.
I'm no longer in
You got
favor
me.
of the things that I was in favor of when Obama was president.
No,
now I'm in favor of
yes.
tariffs.
All right, so Me Too movement victims are back. Louis C.K. Has a new comedy act, and some people are offended by it. Some think it's funny. What do you think? 312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636, type in DA, then a quick comment.
You can't play what he said.
Yeah, no, I can. No, well, you have a different part of his comedy routine.
I mean, it's
you have the naughty
filthy.
part.
Yeah, well, that's the germane part.
Well, no, this is pretty good. He's talking about millennials and how, the pronouns are going by the wayside and how everything is changing.
You should address me. They're like royalty. They tell you what to call them. You should address me as they, them. Because I identify as gender neutral. Oh, okay. You should address me as there. Because I identify as a location.
Yeah, but now you cut off the best part.
Well, no, there's more. When he's talking about the Parkland shooting.
No, you cut off
survivors.
the best part of that. What's really that's
what's
offensive.
there
Let me. I'll just summarize in a very sanitized way.
Well, of course, it's a family show.
Gertrude Stein would say there is a there, and it's a female body part, which he says he locates himself at.
Oh, in your mother's.
In your
okay. Okay. And then this is the controversial part.
Yes, this is really bad.
I don't know. They testify in front of Congress, these kids?
The Parkland students. Yeah.
What are you doing? You're young. You should be crazy. You should be unhinged. Not in a suit saying, I'm here to tell You're not interesting. Because you went to a high school where kids got shot? Why does that mean I have to listen to you? How does that make you interesting? You didn't get shot. You pushed some fat kid in the way.
No, that's the part.
I got to listen to you talking?
See, that's the part saying you pushed the fat kid.
You didn't get shot because you pushed the fat kid in front of the gunman.
That went over the line a little, quite a bit, I guess. I didn't realize Harpo Marx works with Stephen Moore, with Louis C.K. I'm biased because I'm a big Louis C.K. fan.
Oh, see, I'm not.
His masturbation humor is the best stuff in the world. Essentially, he's puritanical because he's anti-masturbation, and nobody will go there.
No.
My whole masturbation joke is everybody thinks it's really wrong. I'm no Louis C.K. here, but you just try going to the water cooler, and at work and telling some woman, "Hey, last night I was thinking of you." You can't do that, so everybody believes it's actually wrong, but everybody says that's right. Okay, see, I got to work on that.
I don't want to have this conversation.
So you don't even want to have this conversation?
No, I don't. But he's back, and some people think that he should, his comedy
he went
routine
over the line, according
should be
to
yanked.
them.
I don't know. Was
Speaking
it that
of yanking, yes.
bad? I mean, so you were offended by it?
No, you know what? It's saying that you pushed a fat kid in front of you so that you didn't get shot. Now, the problem is you're rolling along and you're laughing at what he's saying, and you're with the audience. When you read that, it really reads raw, and it's kind of tough. But yeah, Louis C.K. is offending the very people that used to support him. So he's become like Dennis Miller, cha-cha.
Sure,
Yeah.
I don't think Dennis Miller.
A dirty
Another
Dennis Miller.
Me Too'er who's back is Kevin Spacey. On Christmas Eve, he released a video, and the title was "Let Me Be Frank." And it's video of him. It looks inside his house. He's getting ready for Christmas dinner and has a message to send in character of Frank Underwood.
I know what you want. Oh, sure, they may have tried to separate us, but what we have is too strong. It's too powerful. I mean, after all, we shared everything, you and I. I told you my deepest, darkest secrets. I showed you exactly what people are capable of. I shocked you with my honesty, but mostly I challenged you and made you think. And you trusted me, even though you knew you shouldn't.
See, now, Kevin Spacey is essentially, didn't he admit that he, or certainly intimated that he has a lot to answer for with regard to some 14-year-old kid years ago, and now it seems like he's mocking the whole thing.
Well, this happened on the same day that prosecutors confirmed that he's facing a charge for indecent assault and battery on a teenager at a Nantucket bar back in July of 2016. Basically, it was a woman, an anchor in Boston. Her son was drinking with him, and he alleged that, or they alleged, and the prosecutors, that he's going to be charged. He heads to Nantucket District Court on January 7th, but we should listen to, we never heard his side of the story, did we?
Of course, some believed everything and had just been waiting with bated breath to hear me confess it all. They're just dying to have me declare that everything said is true and that I got what I deserved. Wouldn't that be easy if it was all so simple? Only you and I both know it's never that simple, not in politics and not in life. But you wouldn't believe the worst without evidence, would you? You wouldn't rush to judgments without facts, would you? Did you?
I mean, it's he's good, though. It's so true, because we have not heard his side of the story.
The problem
we do
is,
not have the evidence. We have one 16-year-old boy who got drunk with him at a bar, his mom's side of the story.
But it's like he's playing a character.
No, he is. He
this
is Frank
like
Underwood.
a meta thing, and you're really
brilliant.
not. But
It's
you're not
brilliant.
supposed to do it this way. You're supposed to take
That's
it seriously.
why I love
and
it
not,
even more. And I miss him.
I miss him too.
I miss
because,
Frank Underwood. I miss Kevin Spacey as an actor. He's a brilliant actor.
Because the show.
The show's not the same. House of Cards.
House of Cards with Roseanne as the president now. It doesn't work for me.
Oh, you're right. But he has made a promise to us.
Because I can promise you this. If I didn't pay the price for the things we both know I did do, I'm certainly not going to pay the price for the things I didn't do.
Here's the problem.
Oh, of course, they're going to say I'm being disrespectful, not playing by the rules, like I ever played by anyone's rules before.
Here's the problem, Mr. President. Here's the problem. He's such a good actor. You don't know when he's lying. He's playing a part. That's the problem. It's like Mia Farrow. Mia Farrow got her kids to turn on Woody Allen. She's a great actress. She's really good at it, and you believe that's why they're believable on the screen. So it's really not. It doesn't behoove Frank Underwood or Kevin Spacey to do this shtick lock here, because people are going to say, "You're a good actor." I mean, I thought Bill Clinton was a great actor when I did not have sex with that woman, but this guy is 10 times the actor that Bill Clinton is.
And then
how do you believe him?
Well, then the thing is, Frank Underwood really dead?
Despite all the poppycock, the animosity, the headlines, the impeachment without a trial, despite everything, despite even my own death, I feel surprisingly good. And my confidence grows each day that soon enough you will know the full truth. Wait a minute. Now that I think of it, you never actually saw me die, did you?
This is just a tease for the show?
Conclusions can be so deceiving. Miss me?
That show peaked. Zoe Barnes' death was the peak of that show, wasn't it? Zoe
I
Barnes?
just got the chills. He took the ring. He had the ring on. The ring. He did the click.
Right.
So maybe he's bitter, that he was kicked off the show, but we still haven't heard his side of the story in this alleged groping and assault of a 16-year-old boy. at a bar
This
in
is very-
Nantucket
this
in
is
July
very
of
meta
2016.
Because, I mean, he's an actor playing
Well, as a
victim,
as a
playing
lawyer,
the
though,
actor.
don't you think that this is going to come up in court, that they're going to play this as a form of intimidation for the witness?
Why? No, that's not it. No, they won't. They could only play stuff that would impeach him, that would show that he had a different story. But I mean, this is bizarre.
Oh, that's what they call it, the bizarre Kevin Spacey video that I love.
You've made the switch, and it feels so good. You've switched to Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-2013. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013.
Here's the perfect gift for anybody on your list at any time. I would suggest the MyPillow Holiday 4-pack offer. You can get 2 premium MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows plus free shipping, all for the normal price of 1 premium MyPillow. Think about that for a second. You can give 1, 2, 3, or even 4 gifts, all for the price of 1. Or if you still don't have a MyPillow for yourself, keep 1 and give the rest. And the money-back offer is extended through March 1st. Not only that, but you can still get 30% off everything else, including the MyPillow mattress topper and pet beds that you've heard Amy rave about. Just be sure, rave for me. Just be sure to use the promo code Amy to get the MyPillow 4-pack offer with free shipping and the 30% discount on everything else, including mattress toppers and pet beds. Visit MyPillow.com or call 800-489-0201. That's 800-489-0201. And don't forget to use the promo code Amy. That's MyPillow.com. Promo code Amy.
It's Dr. David Kolbaba. It's our winter survival kit for this cold and flu season. It's power-packed with natural ingredients, and unlike the flu shot, it's safe and effective. First, it's our Sunny C 1000. It's highly absorbable, and it does not suppress your body's natural killer cells like most other vitamin C supplements do. And when you purchase your first bottle of our Sunny C 1000, I promise to include scientific data to back it up. And I'll also include a vitamin C dosage chart for you to customize how much is best for you, whether you're fighting off a cold or flu or you want a preventative dose to keep you from getting a cold or flu. Sunny C 1000, it's easy on the stomach and it's essential in fighting illness. And when you order your Sunny C 1000 today, be sure to get more information on the rest of our winter survival kit. Call 800-794-1855. It's our Health Quest Radio hotline. And be sure to listen to Health Quest Radio with me, Dr. David Kolbaba, this Saturday morning at 11. But for now, that number again, 800-794-1855.
Imagine doing one thing that gives you an entirely different perspective about your place in the world. Think it would be worth it? Hi, it's Mike Gallagher, inviting you to join me for a 10-day Stand With Israel tour through the land of Israel in December of 2019. Come with me to get firsthand insight into Israel's fascinating past and promising future. We'll learn about the geopolitical, economic, and spiritual dynamics of one of the most fascinating places on earth. And you'll share experiences that will change how you view the world. Walk the ancient temple steps, touch the Western Wall, sail on the Sea of Galilee, pray on the Mount of Beatitudes. The list goes on. Return home inspired, renewed, and empowered. If you've ever dreamed of seeing Israel, this is your chance. Join me for a life-changing adventure to give you a renewed sense of purpose. The 10-day Stand With Israel Tour, December 2019.
Purchase your travel experience at 560theanswer.com/Israel. Be sure to choose AM 560 when you register. That's 560theanswer.com/Israel.
Hey, Craig
Greg and Leslie here from In the Know. Leslie, I like to think that we're always finishing the drive to the end zone and not just blocking and tackling for our clients. We want them to be ready for the big game, their retirement.
That's right, Craig. That's why our whole team at Wealth Management Group has their game face on and is ready for 2018.
Make a tactical maneuver to make Wealth Management Group part of your financial force.
Pick Wealth Management Group as your offensive line. Visit us at investwithwmg.com and listen to In the Know Sunday mornings at 10 right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Imagine your business being on the first page of a search engine like Google, or at the top. What could that do for your bottom line? The answer is at Salem Surround. Digital marketing that surrounds your potential customers with your message wherever they engage, search, surf, socialize, or review. When they're on their computer, mobile phone, or tablet, your ad is there. When they attend a sporting event, conference, or concert, you're in front of them on their mobile device. When they walk into your competitor's store, your message entices them to visit you as well. Salem Surround takes the mystery of digital marketing off your shoulders, letting you run your business while we deliver customers. Now, there are no limitations on where you can reach customers with Salem Surround. Total market penetration for increased ROI. Learn more by logging on to surroundchicago.com. Surroundchicago.com. Connecting you with new customers.
AM 560, The Answer.
Just showing Bruce Wolf our vacation photos from Rocky Point, Mexico, where we were able to get back into the United States.
Much to my chagrin.
Yeah, because you and Sean wanted me to be stuck in Mexico. Speaking of Mexico, let's go to Mark, who joins us not from Mexico, but a state bordering Sonora, Mexico, and he's in Santali Valley, Arizona. Good morning, Mark. How are you?
It's Santan Valley.
It's whatever we want it to be,
You
Mark.
know what? All I read is what's on the screen. I thought it was Suntan Valley, because everyone gets a suntan.
Thank you for
guys
joining
need to
us
help
from
you out a
Sun
little bit
Valley,
better.
Mark. No,
it's not Sun Valley. It's Santan Valley,
Right.
Arizona. Where is that?
Santan Valley.
Where are you?
3 words.
Well, where is it?
Where am I?
Where's Santan Valley? Is that in Pima County,
It's
Maricopa County?
southeast of Phoenix. No, it's in Pinal County.
Mm.
Yeah, it's southeast. And you know, I mean, being from Des Plaines, it is quite a change. I will tell you, there is no place perfect in the world, but we have been granted legal asylum here. I mean, as Illinois refugees, it's very fortunate for us that we have. And you know, the thing about it, Amy, is even with the rain that we got the other day, we still don't have snow here. I sold my snowblower, by the way. I got $200 for it.
Good for you.
Let's just
feel
shut
gratified.
Up. Hey, why don't you just shut up, Mark?
It's actually snowing in Scottsdale and in Saddlebrook. There's snow
I have
on
a
the ground.
daughter
That's
who
right.
just moved.
To where?
She got
Scotts-
married and moved to the
Oh,
Scottsdale area.
It snowed on New Year's
She
Eve.
left us.
I know. Well,
She
because of the
moved.
taxes or the weather?
I think the weather.
So, Mark, why did you leave? Taxes, weather, a little bit of both?
Well, you know, all the things that you guys have been talking about, and you know, Dan in particular, about the high taxes and the craziness of Illinois and how most people are. My question is, how many people are leaving a day? Is it 156 every day now?
I think it's more than that.
No,
now.
but
Okay, well, I've got the information here. Illinois lost 45,000 residents last year.
Divide by 365.
Yeah, I'm not doing I don't do math on days that end in Y, but 45,000 students in 1 year.
Just
That's a lot.
students.
I mean, not students, residents, excuse me.
But I will tell you, I mean, it is much better here. Even we've only been here a little over a month, but I mean, we're not snowbirds. We're staying here. All right. You know,
Just
we've
watch out
fled.
for the people driving down there because they're all 95 years old. Just be careful. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
A bunch of white hairs.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. But you know, Scottsdale is beautiful, and Paradise Valley is incredible. Have you seen that? I mean, I don't know, Bruce. Have
You got to take in a Cub game at Ho-Ho-Cam or wherever they play?
Sloan Field. You know, I've been by
Sloan
that
Field,
several
sure.
times.
Yeah,
and, you know,
right,
I might take advantage of that. So.
Yeah.
All right, well,
it's kinda
thanks.
cool.
Mark, you
I'm
sound
right.
so mellow
I
down
know.
there
My
right
God,
now.
you're making
Yeah.
me feel very relaxed.
You got to play 36 today, Mark? What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's a good place for that, you know. But they have to grow the grass here. They have to
Yeah.
seed it twice a year because you know it's so hot here that
Yeah.
they have to have 2 types of grass.
Do you understand we have global
Bermuda
warming
grass.
going on right now, and you're making artificial grass down there? Thanks so much for killing the environment.
Hey, Mark, thanks for you
Thank
listening
you.
to us on the app, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for calling. Call back anytime.
Yeah,
Traitor.
Yeah. Back to you later.
Expatriate.
God, he took me to my happy place. You know, like when Melania speaks. Oh, Melania, stop it.
Lucy Goosey was
Goosey,
thrilled.
like Goosey.
She was filled with delight. Her birthday was coming. Who should she invite? She wanted her party to be simply the best. So she had to be careful when choosing each guest.
This is better than George Bush's My Pet Goat. Yeah.
I can invite Pig.
Oh, yeah.
She will eat all the food. And Goat is always in such a bad mood.
Melania, could you say, oh, Mr. Greenfield? Oh, that was from Debbie Does Dallas.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, should the border be shut down? We'll get the latest from Tim Carney. And later.
Carney!
And later.
Sheila McCrae!
Anderson Cooper drinks tequila for the first time. But first, let's get into the newsroom. Here is the one and only Mike Scott.
Fox is watching a developing story in Denmark this morning. At least 6 are killed, 16 critically hurt after 2 trains collide. 2 seriously hurt in a Chicago Northwest Side blaze. New rules for employers in 2019. And the Bruins double up the Blackhawks in the Winter Classic. Cloudy skies right now. WIND Chicago News Time is 8 o'clock.
Is Mitt Romney a flake? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump tweeted that question, then added, I hope not, referring to Republican Senator Jeff Flake, an outspoken Trump critic. Romney, who's also been critical, has an op-ed in the Washington Post, writing the president has not risen to the mantle of the office. Fox's John Decker live at the White House.
President Trump tweeting in response would much prefer that Mitt focus on border security and so many other things where he can be helpful. He continued, I won big and he didn't. He should be happy for all Republicans, be a team player and win. Romney, who accused the president of a glaring shortfall in terms of character and leadership abilities, criticized the president during the 2016 campaign. He later tried to get a job with the Trump administration, but was passed over by the president for Secretary of State. Dave?
Well, John, tomorrow, Mitt Romney will be sworn in the new Congress as a senator from Utah. The president just sent another tweet, again claiming Mexico will pay for the wall through the new trade deal that's been negotiated to replace NAFTA. Now, he's still in a standoff with Democrats over U.S. funding for the wall. Congressional leaders go to the White House this afternoon, day 12 of the partial government shutdown.
Visitors to Washington won't be able to visit the Smithsonian's more than dozen museums. After using unspent dollars to stay open the first week of the partial government shutdown, the Smithsonian closed after the new year. The USDA is still doing meat and food inspections, and SNAP benefits will continue through January, but the agency says other federal nutrition benefits could lapse, and county offices are closed as are development loans and grant processing.
And that's Fox's Jared Halpern. An American remains in custody in Russia accused of espionage, but Paul Whelan's brother David tells Fox,
I'm sure my brother's not a spy. Paul's background is in law enforcement. He has military experience. He's in corporate security.
Now, Paul Whelan was a U.S. Marine, but in 2008 got a bad conduct discharge after being convicted at court-martial of larceny. The new year could look like the old one on Wall Street. Dow futures down more than 300 points before this hour's opening bell. This is Fox News.
Cloudy skies. A winter weather advisory is up until 11 a.m. It's 8:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. Authorities investigating a shooting along the Eisenhower Expressway that left one person critically wounded. State police this morning say the victim was shot driving near Wolf Road and remains hospitalized in very critical condition. 2 are seriously hurt following a fire on the northwest side. The blaze broke out early this morning in a 5-story apartment building on West Belle Plaine. Chicago Fire tells us the cause is under investigation. No one hurt after a United flight forced to make an emergency landing at O'Hare. The airline says a plane traveling from San Francisco landed safely last night. Here in Chicago, experiencing an issue with landing gear. U.S.-based Roman Catholic bishops will gather today for a week-long retreat in the Chicago area on the church sex abuse scandal that organizers say will focus on prayer and spiritual reflection, not formulating policy. Meetings follow 2 blistering reports during 2018 from state attorneys general in Illinois and Pennsylvania, alleging negligence by some church leaders. Chicago sports, Bruins over the Blackhawks in the Winter Classic 4-2. The game itself played in front of the second largest crowd in history to see an NHL game. Bulls host the Magic later on tonight. College basketball action. Notre Dame lost to Virginia Tech tonight. Northwestern is at number 7 Michigan State as the Big Ten season kicks off. DePaul in the Big East takes on Villanova. It's 8:03, time for the AM 560 Business Beat. And from the Fox Business Network, here's Carol Zimmer.
From the Fox Business Network. Global stock markets falling on the first trading day of the new year before the start of trading in the U.S. The main reason, fears about a slowdown in the Chinese economy. A big raise for members of the military. The Defense Department is raising base pay for most military members by 2.6% in 2019. The raise is slightly higher than members were given last year. 2018, a mixed year for Netflix stockholders, but the people who run the company are doing well. CEO Reed Hastings will get $31.5 million in compensation in 2019. That includes salary and stock options. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Carol Zimmer.
8:04, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
The world is a dangerous place. Often, it's a very ugly place, and you come here to try to help make sense of it all. We give you the latest news, help you understand what it means and why it's important. But there are bigger questions you need answered about life and death, faith and hope. And that's where our sister station, AM 1160, Hope for Your Life, comes in. When you're looking for answers to life's biggest questions, give them a listen at AM 1160 or online at 1160hope.com.
I'm Dan Proft.
And I'm Amy Jacobson.
And if you're a small business owner or you make the marketing or advertising decisions for a business, then listen up.
Once again, our annual Food for the Poor campaign is underway to raise money for children suffering from poverty in Haiti. We've partnered with Food for the Poor to provide food and clean water to several thousand children this year.
And here's how your business can be a part of this. Become a Food for the Poor business benefactor. Just make a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor. And AM 560 will give you 40 60-second commercials to air here on AM 560 The Answer between 5 a.m. and 8 p.m. Monday through Friday at no additional cost to you.
That's the best advertising deal in all of Chicago. To take advantage of this deal, just call Anjanette Natowski at 847-472-8951. Again, that's 847-472-8951. One more time. 847-472-8951.
This is an announcement for all people who want to take a risk-free challenge to whiten their teeth in 5 minutes. By calling now, you can whiten your teeth in 5 minutes using clinically proven power swabs. This risk-free challenge is for people whose smile has been yellowed by coffee, tea, red wine, or smoking. The Power Swabs 5-minute challenge is available by responding to this advertisement. If lines are busy, try again. Because the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge is exclusive, it's not available in drugstores. Power Swabs was formulated by Dr. Martin Ginniger and whitens teeth with a patented tooth detergent and whitening agent. It's so effective, we challenge you to try it for 5 minutes to see how white your smile could be. Get it risk-free. Dial 1-800-331-3217. That's 1-800-331-3217. Transform your smile into a wow, you look great smile. Dial 1-800-331-3217. That's 1-800-331-3217.
8:07. Let's check the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
Elgin 31 is closed at Big Timber due to a crash. Pilsen, Chicago northbound Damon is closed at 16th due to police activity. Edens Expressway outbound, seeing delays, Glenview Road to Skokie Road. It's 22 minutes, Montrose to Lakewood, inbound 19. Kennedy, fine inbound, outbound it's heavy, Foster to O'Hare. You get 33 minutes downtown to the airport. There's an earlier crash, split for 190, the Adams Tollway. Inbound Eisenhower, it's Los St. Charles to the Tri-State and Damon to the Burn Circle. 32 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 36, crash at North Avenue on the right side. Stevenson's 5. Inbound Ryan, got a 3-minute delay, Canalport to the Circle. I-57, Bishop Ford looking good. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte. From the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center, here's meteorologist Steve Williams.
Clouds for today, couple of flurries around as well, high 33. Clearing tonight, low 23. Sunny for most of the day tomorrow, high 38. Sunny, milder day on Friday with a high of 45. I'm Steve Williams on AM 560, The Answer.
28 at O'Hare, 29 along the lakefront. Next news, 8:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Make sure to check out the Income Store live video stream of today's show right now at 560theanswer.com.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
You and I, we sing well together. Nobody praised our song we sang Friday before
You
Christmas.
kind of bailed on it.
I did. You know what? My heart wasn't in it this Christmas. I don't know what it was. I put up the tree. I thought that would help me get in the Christmas spirit, and it didn't work. But that's all right. We still sang. I don't even remember what song we sang. What song did we sing?
It was some Andy Williams hit or something.
No, what song did we sing?
No, it was a Bing Crosby song.
Oh, White Christmas.
Yeah. How did we forget the most
How did we-
popular,
the
most
we say?
popular Christmas song of all
And we
time?
didn't have a white Christmas, but it's white
No.
out there now, and there's
Sure.
some ice on the road. So, of course, be careful. Bruce Wolf here,
Hi.
once again in for Dan Proft. Dan is, I think, hunting or something. I think he's out hunting.
I know he was hunting on the first half of his trip.
I don't know.
I would expect he would be playing golf on the second half.
You know what? I think you're right.
I mean, that's just what I would do.
Well, a lot has happened.
Minus the hunting.
Yes, a lot has happened over the past, 2 weeks?
Mhm.
Week and a half we've been gone.
Mhm.
The government shutdown continues. The partial government shutdown.
It's a government shutdown.
You know what, Justin? He should re-sing and say it's a partial government shutdown.
I don't think that iambic
that's what it is.
pentameter works.
You don't think
It's not
so?
iambic enough. Yeah.
But basically, so what's happening today is certain workers are not going to work, but they will receive back pay when all this shenanigans is over. People who work at the Smithsonian Museum, they are not going to. If you want to go to the museum today, you cannot go.
But it was
And
open
also-
before?
Yeah, and also
when
the
does
national.
it affect our museums? Like when
fi-
are we going to have to eat Sue the dinosaur?
It's not. Also, the National Zoo is closed today. But there might be some good news because today President Trump is going to meet with lawmakers on both sides later on this afternoon at the White House. And he's been around all Christmas break. He was supposed to have a 16-day nice trip, not trip, but vacation
With
to
Dan
Mar-a-Lago.
Proft.
No, to Mar-a-Lago, and it didn't happen.
Are you willing to continue the shutdown if that money does not come?
Well, we are. We have no choice. We have to have border security, and a wall is part
And
of border
that's-
security. You know, I hear so much.
Let me try that again.
I think we heard the gist.
I'm in the White House. I'm ready to go. They
in the
can
White
come over right now. They
Come on
can come
over.
over anytime. I spent Christmas in the White House. I spent New Year's Eve now in the White House. And, I'm here. I'm ready to go. It's very important. A lot of people are looking to get their paycheck. And so I'm ready to go anytime they want. No, we are not giving up. We have to have border security. And the wall is a big part of border security,
I know,
the biggest part.
I know all about optics, but I don't know why he had to stay in the White House. Why couldn't he just have his golf cart, drive it up on the green like he likes to do, as is his wont, and take a phone call?
So you think he should have left and gone to Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah, it's all this optics, and here's the.
Well, I
here's
think
the
it's
one
great that
guy-
he stayed at the White House. 312-642-5600 is our Turnkey.pro answer line. Should he have stayed home the past 16 days? Should he have gone to Mar-a-Lago? And what you think about the shutdown?
Here's the president, the first president who says, "I don't want to be presidential," and then he does, one of these optics things and stays in the White House.
Did you see the tweet during Christmas time when he said, "I'm home alone"?
Yes.
Macaulay Culkin, "I'm home alone." And then Melania
me.
Trump all of a sudden showed up within hours after he tweeted that because poor me, he's stuck at the White House, waiting for Democratic lawmakers to come over to, find an end to this problem.
And if
about
Melania-
government, about wall funding. And Melania showed up and then they made phone calls to kids all across America.
So I was kind of hoping that
was so
she were
cute.
away,
What?
Well,
He
that's
was
the
home
one.
alone.
Well, that's the one where he said that he didn't. This to the 7-year-old.
Yeah, I
would you
listened to
still
it.
believe in Santa Claus? I mean, he wrecked Santa Claus for the 7.
No. Did you see the other side of that story? Her
No.
mom videotaped her talking to President Trump, and it didn't come across as every people.
Oh, really?
That's why I didn't even
Fake news.
bring that audio blog it this morning, because I thought, you know what? That was an example of fake news.
Fake
Because he's like, so do you still believe in Santa? And she was like, oh, yes, of course. And she was just happy to talk to the president.
He said it was marginal to believe in Santa Claus. But here's the thing. He was kind of like, I think, winking at the cameras, because what 7-year-old knows what marginal means? So, right, it wasn't that big a deal.
I know, and people are going to rip on it. He was cute.
I was just wondering, if Melania wasn't there, wouldn't it have been the height to just bring Stormy Daniels into the White House?
Oh, my.
That would have been so cute.
Stop. Anyway, though, but President Trump isn't budging. He wants $5 billion. There have been some counteroffers.
Trump change.
Nancy Pelosi says when she comes to the White House today, by the way, she was vacationing in Hawaii.
She spends $1 billion on facelifts.
We keep stopping.
So,
that they're all going to go to the White House, but her new proposal to end this government shutdown does not include border wall funding. So basically, it's a non-starter. So this is just going to be a dog and pony show today at the White House this afternoon, unless something can actually get done. What he wants, $5 billion for the wall. I have the perfect solution. We give foreign aid to Mexico and Central American countries to the tune of $10 billion. Just siphon some money off of that and get your wall.
And stop giving money to the Jews.
What are you
in
talking
Israel.
about?
Yeah.
No.
Stop giving money to the Jews.
Oh, that's your
Yeah.
suggestion? The
money is not, it's not the object. It's not about the money.
No, go on. Now, what is this idea that Bruce Wolf has? Oh, no, do continue.
My whole idea is everybody knows it's not about the money. $5 billion is chump change. Seriously. I mean, how much do we pay on our debt to China every day? It's nothing. This whole thing is symbolic. The Democrats cannot hand Trump a victory on the wall. They can't do it. So I think the government, 25% of the government's going to have to be permanently shut down.
Okay.
Not the worst thing in the world.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. Let's go to Carol, who joins us from Moments. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, Amy. Actually, the shutdown, I don't know about you, but the grocery stores are still open, and the clocks are still working, and I don't think the government shutdown has hurt anything. Actually, they should stop paying from the top down. All the senators and congressmen need to have their salaries frozen and not be given any back pay. And I don't think it's significant at all, and I do believe we need to build that wall. I'm making a list of all my senators and Congress people, and I'm going to call them and leave them messages today to fund the wall. Also, one comment on the petition for the Barack Obama Freeway or Expressway. Yes, I think it'd be perfect, because then we could call it the BO Expressway. It already stinks going into Chicago, so it'd be perfect.
Oh, nice
Yeah,
acronym,
very
BO.
good. And what do you think of the idea of, there's been a carjacking on the Obama. There's been a shooting on the Obama. It sounds good to me.
Yeah. Thanks so much,
perfect.
Carol,
It's
for the
perfect.
phone call. Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carol. Let's go to Michael, who joins us from Sauganash. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning. Just wanted to chime in. You asked about should President Trump have stayed in the White House over Christmas? Absolutely, yes. That is what we elected him for.
Thank you. I agree.
I wanted to ask Michael.
Because other presidents would have just left and gone on, Obama would be in Hawaii, and Bush would be in Texas, and they'd come out and, talk to brief reporters. But I think it's perfect he stayed in the White House.
Michael, are you the guy in Sauganash who has the Christmas tree that goes through 3 stories of your house?
No. Those are many of the neighbors have stuff like that.
All right.
Oh, yeah, because I remember.
We used to travel to Sauganash to look at the Christmas
on a
decorations.
sidebar, because we're going to,
Thank you, Michael.
we used to do that too. My grandparents lived in Bunker Hill, and we'd always venture over to Sauganash to look at the Christmas lights.
Sure.
Maybe I should have done that to get more in the Christmas spirit.
Something.
My God, bah humbug. Let's go to Ann in Chicago. Good morning, Ann. How are you?
Thank you for taking my call. Happy New Year.
Thanks, you too.
Happy New Year, Anna.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah.
Bruce. Good
Yeah.
to hear your
Good to hear
voice
you.
again, your cheery voice.
Yes.
I'm very angry because I think that if the president asks for $5 billion, it's our money. Why doesn't Nancy Pelosi and Schumer give it to him? I mean, it's our money, and I think the people at the gate at the border is a decoy, and they're really passing through hundreds of people in their trucks, and so I think give the president his money. That's
Anna,
what I
don't
think.
you think maybe President Trump needs a better PR machine? Maybe a PR person like Leni Riefenstahl. What do you think of that? Yeah, Anna. This is an old joke between me and Anna.
Yeah, inside baseball.
Yeah, inside baseball. Yes.
All right. Thanks, Ann,
Thank
for
you.
calling. Happy New Year to you. Let's go to Chuck, who joins us from Delavan. Good morning, Chuck.
Hey, good morning and Happy New Year to both. Hey, people really hate Trump being friends with the Russians, but back when Obama was in office, he got Putin mad at us, and they do not buy our milk products and dairy products anymore. And the price per 100 pounds of milk went from $25 down to $13, and that's where it stayed. And he has to be friends with the Soviets, so they will start buying our dairy products again, so it'll bail out New York, and it'll bail out the farmers up here by me in Wisconsin. People don't realize how trade and how things help us out, and they're painting Trump into being a bad guy, and he's not. And the very first time that you saw this was when that Ryan, that guy that died, the soldier, when they had the very first, I've said it before, when they had the very first presidential address, and all the Democrats sat down and would not stand up for that poor woman, the widow that was crying. And that should have painted the picture, and it's been down spiral ever since then. Thank you very much.
Chuck, thanks so much. And by the way, they're not called the Soviets anymore. They're called the Ruskies, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, just to be careful about that. Let's support farmers in Wisconsin.
Did you get my Putin calendar? That's all I wanted for Christmas.
Connect with Dan and Amy using the AM560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Pain drugs are addictive and have side effects. Get off the drugs. Get rid of the pain. You don't need to live with chronic pain. Let's repeat, you do not have to live in pain. Chronic pain is the worst, from an accident or pain that just develops. Dr. Ken Candido is one of the most respected and successful pain doctors in the world. Dr. Candido will work to find the source of your chronic pain and fix it. He teaches pain management around the world and has been voted one of Chicago's best pain doctors several times. Okay, you get it. He's the pain doctor you need. Dr. Candido, Chicago anesthesia and pain specialist, will help you get off the pain medication and all of its side effects. You can get your life back. Drugs mask the pain, find the source, and fix it. Call Dr. Ken Candido and make an appointment with a cutting-edge, respected, and successful pain physician. Go to mypainchicago.com. That's mypainchicago.com. Thousands have been helped with their chronic pain. You be the next one. Get the phone number and all the info at mypainchicago.com.
Have you ever wanted to speak another language? Whether you want to speak Spanish, French, or German, Babbel's 10 to 15-minute lessons can get you speaking confidently in your new language within weeks.
I just started learning Spanish with Babbel, and it's really helping me with my pronunciation.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres? Haha, I got it! I'm amazed how confidently I speak Spanish now. I wish I had tried Babbel sooner.
Babbel's award-winning technology gets you speaking right away. And best of all, you'll remember what you've learned. No wonder Babbel is the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Try it for yourself and see why Babbel is the quick way to get conversational in a new language, like Spanish, German, Portuguese, and more. You can try Babbel for free. Go to Babbel.com or download the app and try it for free. That's Babbel, Babbel.com, or download the app to try it for free. That's Babbel.com.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Gina Labus, President and CEO of Mid-States Glass and Metal and a customer of Signature Bank since 2011. As we expanded our business into all aspects of the glass and metal industry, we needed a bank who could grow along with us. That's when we met Mick O'Rourke, co-founder of Signature Bank. Mick and his team took the time to understand the ebbs and flows of our business. They worked with us to find a solution that would support our growth. Mid-States Glass and Metal is proud to work with Signature Bank because they support Chicagoland women-owned businesses like mine.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The most popular days to get engaged are Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day. And guys, finding the perfect wedding venue can be harder to figure out than the color and quality of the perfect diamond. With love in the air, Avante Banquets is here to help you plan the wedding of your dreams for the party of a lifetime at a price right for you. Avante Banquets is part of the family-owned Chicago Prime Restaurants, with a picturesque location opened just last year near Barrington, providing fine American dining and a timeless experience. Avante is an exceptional space for your wedding or corporate events and fundraisers, for an intimate gathering or parties of 500 or more. The calendar is filling up, so secure your date today at AvanteBanquets.com. That's AVANTE Banquets.com. With wedding packages starting at just $39 a person. Experience exceptional hospitality with the Calcunos family at Avante Banquets, because classic never goes out of style. AvanteBanquets.com. AvanteBanquets.com.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Do you have a family? Would you like to help make sure they'll be taken care of if anything were to happen to you? If you answered yes, you probably need life insurance. Now, do you think life insurance is expensive? If you answered yes to that too, you definitely need to give AIG Direct a call. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. 1-800-600-4850. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how affordably we can help you protect your family. Call AIG Direct now for your free quote. 1-800-600-4850. You could save up to 70%. That's 1-800-600-4850. 1-800-600-4850.
AM 560. The Answer.
Secondhand shoes.
Secondhand shoes. Oh.
They all call her Secondhand Rose.
I was thinking more like Secondhand Rose. I'm wearing secondhand clothes
from Second Avenue.
So, what, Rose? What? Why are we playing
she's
this?
The secondhand Rose Queen.
Yes.
The Rose Tournament of Roses parade this year had a Jewish bisexual woman who wears glasses, and of course that led me to say
she wears glasses.
No, that was the worst thing.
My gosh!
Because girls who wear glasses seldom get Pasadena. Hi-yo! Hi-yo!
Thank you, Bruce Wolf. I honestly think you've been working on that all night.
I worked.
Did you see her? Did you watch the Rose Bowl? Because that's my favorite bowl game always.
Why?
Love
There's
the Rose Bowl.
It doesn't even matter anymore.
This
year was
doesn't
Ohio
matter?
State and
Washington.
Triton College, I think.
No, it was Washington, and Ohio State won. Don't you know? 28-24 is Urban Meyer's alleged last football game.
At least it was the Big Ten against the Pac.
Yeah, Pac-12, just like it used to be back in the day. Because I went to I'm a Big Tenner.
I wish I had done the sports with you on Channel 5.
Hey,
because
you
I wouldn't have finished the sentence.
Right, because I would have been like, ram it. Well, Iowa was in the Rose Bowl back in 1992. And we played Washington, but I didn't see their Husky dog. And when we played him, he was a gorgeous Husky. Was sitting right there, and people were teasing him. And I said, leave the dog alone.
So the show has now devolved into a discussion of a dog that you saw at a football game once. Okay.
Back in 19.
Bring Dan Prof back now, Mr. Wizard.
Not just a football game. It was the Rose Bowl.
Sure.
Northwestern, what bowl game were they in? I know they won.
This year?
Yeah. We were in the Outback Bowl. Congratulations
They were
to
in the
University
Holiday
of Iowa.
Bowl, I believe.
Oh.
And I had a nice little tweet thing with Mike Adamle, speaking of former
I love
Channel 5
Mike
sportscasters, because Northwestern wins, and he says, proud to be a Wildcat, he said on Twitter. And I wrote in response, best cat ever. Mike Adamle. Although then I said, well, maybe Otto Graham was. And then Mike responded, he said, yeah, I'll defer to Otto Graham. So there we go.
So, yeah, that's good.
So that was a nice little New Year's Eve moment.
Good. Let's quickly go to the phone lines. David is calling us from McCook. Good morning, David.
Hey, Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New Year.
This is referring back to the dog and pony show known as Congress, but does anybody find it ironic that they appropriated $4.8 billion to give to Mexico, but we just can't seem to find the money for the border wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were saying that earlier. Thanks, David, for the phone
Thank you.
calls.
But it bears repeating.
No, it does, because we could take funding. Or also, Trump tweeted out that Mexico is going to pay for the wall through the many billions of dollars a year that the U.S. is saving through the new trade deal, the USMCA, that will replace the horrendous NAFTA trade
That's
deal.
voodoo economics. That's not.
You think this is
that's
voodoo?
Not what
the voodoo that you do?
That's not what you think of when you think of Mexico paying for the wall. It's Mexico gives us the cash.
They're not
for
going
the
to.
wall. Well, of course
they're not going to pay for
do
something
it.
they don't want.
We're settling now for like one of those little doggy fences. I think that's what it's going to come down to.
They're still. Check my Twitter. You'll see the wall. There is a wall up in populated areas. Okay. And now he's talking steel slats instead of a solid wall, which is fine. Anything will do. Quickly, we want to thank some of our business benefactors who've partaken or been a part of our Food for the Poor campaign. Steve Lisowitz from SVL Insurance Group. Can you read the other one?
Lisowitz. Either way, we should have that Todd Zimmerman back on with his book, and maybe we start you off on that. And then you move up to a fly went by. Words. Yes. I sat by the lake and looked at the sky. And as I looked, a fly went by. Okay, Amy, now you can be a DJ. All right, Supporta Law Offices, Graft Tree Care, Pavement Solutions, Remke Garage, Bath Fitter of Chicagoland, Job Site Fabrication and Repair, C.H. Hansen in Naperville, Advanced Design Studio, The Anglers Outlet. Boy, there's a lot of people.
Right, but we still have a few open slots. So kickstart your 2019 marketing with being a business benefactor. One-time donation of $2,500. It could be tax deductible for next year. The money goes to Food for the Poor. And as a way of saying thank you, we give you 40 60-second commercials to become a business benefactor. Call Ann Jeanette, 847-472-8951. Again, that's 847-472-8951. There's still time to take advantage of this incredible deal. And this station is where you want to advertise in 2019. Not the mess that's going on up the dial. You want to be here at AM 560, The Answer. Again, the number is 847-472-8951. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, she is in, Elizabeth Warren. We'll get the latest on that. And also the government shutdown with Tim Carney. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
Amy and Bruce, good morning. Good morning, everyone. A winter weather advisory in effect for this area. It might be a little bit of a light snow or freezing drizzle crossing your path, glazing of ice on the roads. At 8:31, a 25-year-old man has been detained under mental health laws after the stabbing of 3 on a British train on New Year's Eve. Police say the man launched a frenzied attack in an incident which is being treated as terror-related. Congressional leaders from both parties are being invited by President Trump to a briefing on border security. The meeting at the White House today will be led by officials from the Department of Homeland Security. Russian emergency officials say the death toll from the collapse of an apartment building has risen to 21. The discovery of bodies today leaves 20 residents of the building in the Russian city of Magnitogorsk still unaccounted for. A suburban Detroit man is jailed in Russia on accusations of espionage. David Whalen is the twin brother of BorgWarner Global Security Director Paul Whalen of Novi. He's also a U.S. Marine veteran who says his brother was in Moscow for the wedding of a fellow Marine.
There's no way that Paul is a spy. Paul had a law enforcement career before his Marine career and is in corporate security. And I think of all the people that I know, he would be the most aware of the risks of getting sideways.
BorgWarner has released a statement saying they are in contact with U.S. government authorities regarding his capture and confirms Whalen is responsible for overseeing security at their Auburn Hills office and company facilities worldwide. Authorities investigating a shooting on the Eisenhower Expressway this early morning that left one person critically wounded in Hillside. 2 are seriously hurt following a blaze that broke out in an apartment building, a 5-story block in the 6400 block of West Belle Plaine. And authorities are still searching for the person who shot a postal worker in Elk Grove Village. This morning, that worker remains hospitalized in stable condition. Bruins over the Blackhawks in the NHL Winter Classic at Notre Dame, 4-2. Bulls hosting the Magic later on tonight. The news is a service of Farmers Insurance. From a dog accidentally flooding a living room to a dog taking a joyride, they've got it covered. Talk to Farmers. They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two. 8:33 is our time. A check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager can always expect one thing from the left.
He feels that marriage equality is bad for straight couples. I've never said that in my life. You know how often things are made up about me by people on the left? Always. That's how often. That is the reason that they can be at peace with what they believe, because they make up things that they oppose.
The Dennis Prager Show, weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
Oh, no colds, no flu, lots of energy, just overall well-being. It's just if I stop taking it, I see the difference. You know, I would never stop with these. I would keep them on hand always.
Well, I got more energy for sure. I don't feel the same if I don't take this every day. I think it's improved my life greatly because I was feeling real sluggish before, sluggish and tired. I had like this brain fog. It's all gone now. I've been taking this stuff and I feel like I have the energy of an 18-year-old with the looks of a 30-year-old, and I'm 50. It's crazy. This stuff is crazy. I love it.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Got an email last night from a lady in Florida who doubted my sincerity about Relief Factor until she tried it. She tried Relief Factor. In her case, it took her almost 3 weeks, and she woke up pain-free. Relief Factor was the answer she's been looking for. This makes my 60 seconds to tell you about Relief Factor some of the happiest times of my day, because I know people are going to get the relief that they've been craving. You can get all the pain relief benefits of Relief Factor without the negative side effects of ibuprofen or prescription drugs. Physicians created Relief Factor as a crucial way to support the body's fights against aches and pains. So no matter your age, maybe you're just too sore after a great workout at the gym, or if you're like me and you're of a certain age and you want to start dealing with the aches and pains of life, give Relief Factor a try. The 3-week quick start is $19.95. Try it for 3 weeks. It's $19.95. Decide if it's for you or not. ReliefFactor.com. ReliefFactor.com, or call 800-500-8384. 800-500-8384. Relief Factor.
8:36. And a check on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
In Chicago's Pilsen neighborhood, northbound Damon is closed at 16th Street. That's due to police activity. Big delays to the north on the Edens Expressway eastbound. The delays actually start on the spur at Waukegan Road and continue to Dundee, where a crash just cleared to the right shoulder. It's 25 minutes Lake Cook to Montrose. Once you get to Lake Cook, outbound, it's 21 minutes. Not Kennedy, just Mid-Side Ohio to Washington. 21 minutes O'Hare to downtown. Outbound 26. About Eisenhower delays are western to the Burns Circle. 32 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 32 as well. About Stevenson, there's a 2-minute delay, Cicero to Kedzie. On Ryan, a 3-minute delay, Canalport to the Circle. On Tri-State, tied at 290. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte. From the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center, cloudy, couple of flurries, maybe a glazing of ice on some of those roads, high 33. Clearing and 23 overnight. Sunny much of the day tomorrow and a high of 38. Currently 28 degrees. Your next news update is at 9. And Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Watch today's show live right now on the Income Store live video stream at 560theanswer.com.
Only the biggest stories, only the biggest guests, and only the biggest opinions. This is AM 560, The Answer.
We always appreciate people's opinions and comments. Bruce, we got a text message on our Turnkey Depot text line. Bruce, I think the tree through the houses was in Lincolnwood, not Saguenash.
Well, they're very close to each other.
Well, yeah, I mean, they butt up against each other. So.
But you're right. You're
Just
right.
And because
I remember, in one part of town, it's Crawford, and then it becomes Pulaski. And You should never mix the two. I stand
understand?
corrected.
Are you going to be okay over there?
I'm going to be fine.
Who also is going to be fine? Elizabeth Warren. She has announced that she's going to be running for president in 2020.
I'm in this fight because I understand what's happening to working families. I grew up in a paycheck-to-paycheck family, and my big chance was a commuter college that cost $50 a semester. I run for office because I'm grateful down to my toes for the opportunities that were given to me.
Down to her moccasins.
And I am determined that we will give those same opportunities, not just to some of our kids, but to all of our kids.
Does she have chutzpah?
It's about the children.
I can't believe that somebody who was embarrassed that much just a couple of months ago. I mean, even the left turned on her. I mean, when The Daily Show goes against you in your book, Pow Wow Chow, and then you still have the temerity, the audacity.
Well, she dodged questions on whether her exaggerated Native American heritage claims would affect her chance to be president.
By the way,
wouldn't answer
I'm
any of those
132nd Chicago Blackhawk, as you well know, and so I'm mourning over the loss yesterday at Notre Dame Stadium to the Bruins.
Oh, yes. So it was her first press conference after announcing the formation, Bruce, of an exploratory committee for a presidential run. The first of many Democrats, I'm sure, to throw their hat into the ring. Let's get the latest on that and everything else with Tim Carney, senior political columnist for the Washington Examiner. Good morning, Mr. Carney. How are you?
Good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So it wasn't a surprise that she's decided to run for president. Who do you think is going to follow on the Democratic side?
You have a handful of people that you just absolutely know are already doing this, who have already started doing visits to Iowa and New Hampshire and South Carolina. And that's Kamala Harris and Cory Booker have done multiple of those visits. Amy Klobuchar as well. She's from Minnesota, so it's easy for her to just cross the border over into Iowa. But those are the senators I think of as jumping in right away. You also have a handful of other minor candidates, former congressmen or outgoing congressman, John Delaney of Maryland. You guys probably don't know him. He's in the district next door to me. He's running, and a couple others. But Warren jumping in then I think was wise. But one of the things we argue in our editorial is that I think in a lot of ways she doesn't have anything special to offer. She did 4 years ago, but now it's kind of like every other candidate can do whatever she does and do it better.
Yeah. I saw Klobuchar on Special Report right before Christmas. And just her demeanor was scary because it was good. I'm trying to remember. I think
I live in Minnesota. They love her.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The Kavanaugh hearings.
Yes.
You had the Spartacus Act by Booker. You had the weird, dishonest sort of raving of Kamala Harris. You had all the old white guys being their sort of doddering old selves. And then you had Klobuchar, who acted like a grown-up, but not because she was pulling punches, but because she was asking pointed questions that had sort of research behind them and not going any further than what she could, what she had sort of credibility to say. So that's my view.
Would you think if you were Trump that she would be the one to fear among, I mean, for all I know, Carly Fiorina is running as a Democrat this time. There's so many of them right now. But is she the one that you'd fear?
I mean, the only thing that he should really fear is if somehow Joe Biden can become 10 years younger. That's the one that I think. I think Biden is theoretically the best, but he's he's already older than Reagan was in his second term, and much less, where he's going to be 2 years from now, et cetera. But no, Klobuchar definitely has let me put it this way, the liberal base is going to be excited no matter who the candidate is. What excites them is not their nominee, it's Trump. And we've seen this from the Women's March on day one all the way, everything else. The enthusiasm is there. So to go for some firebrand like a Kamala Harris or like an Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders to rile up the base is almost redundant. What they need to do is persuade kind of middle people to be like, all right, maybe I want the slightly more normal human in the White House. Klobuchar has a slightly more normal human. she's your favorite high school teacher, or she's a high school librarian that everybody loves.
That's so funny.
Yeah, no, she's very intelligent, and she
is, and she seems reasonable.
No, and if she can grab that middle there, because as you say, the Ocasio-Cortezes, whatever, if they can just quiet those people down, they're going to be on board for the female candidate, Democratic candidate.
Yeah, and so our editorial on Warren and the Examiner argues that a lot of her populism is phony. I mean, basically, she hates the banks, but that's it. Her number one policy she talks about is student debt forgiveness, basically. Who has student debt? This is not the working class and the poor, okay?
Right.
These are the kids. They grew up in Winnetka. They went off, to a big school that costs a lot of money, and then they come back and they're, maybe they're not making that much money because they have a liberal arts degree, and they get their debt waived. It's corporate welfare. It's welfare for the upper middle class is what that is.
Yeah, it doesn't teach self-responsibility either.
No, but it's a transfer of wealth from the average taxpayer to the people who already kind of have their life set up for them because they have a college degree in hand.
Well, it would be interesting to ask Elizabeth Warren how she feels about vaping, because that's a class struggle, right? It's the suburban women who don't want their kids to be vaping, but meantime, if we make it illegal, it's going to be at the expense of the blue collar people who are trying to quit smoking so they don't get lung cancer.
That's right. Now, my dad's probably only alive because of vaping, but no, it's certainly one of those big government things. And she's got a lot of them, and a lot of them do not help the ordinary guy and do help the big guy. She even bragged that she was working with, or the hotel industry bragged that they were working with Elizabeth Warren to try to crush Airbnb through regulation. So some, widow who wants to rent out her basement apartment is going to have the same regulations as Marriott, because Marriott wrote those regulations and handed them to Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, that's so crazy. And as somebody who runs an Airbnb, you should see the Chicago taxes that they put on you. It's crazy. Sure. So this afternoon, big meeting. President Trump has opened up his doors to congressional lawmakers on both sides to try and end this shutdown, to try and get his border wall funded. What do you expect to happen?
So he's looking for a deal, and I think the Democrats are as well. He wants to sort of hold it over Pelosi that she doesn't want to come into the speakership in a shutdown government, and so he probably gets some sort of border money there. And at the Examiner in our editorial today, we're proposing that he make a deal and he give them something on immigration, some small, some DACA idea that he signed on for, as far as forgiveness for children who came in illegally as children, and do some sort of deal like that where he's giving them some immigration policy and he's getting more funding for his wall. I expect they'll want to peter it out. The problem with these predictions, though, is that Trump sways back and forth from minute to minute. He was for a shutdown, he was against the shutdown, and now he's for it. He wanted $25 billion, now he's asking for $5 billion. I think it's petty of the Democrats not to give him any money for a wall, but they also know that they can rile up the base by denying him any victory.
Part of the border wall funding is hiring more U.S. Border Patrol agents. Because I literally just drove from Mexico 2 days ago, and once you get through the crossing, and we were in Lukesville, Arizona, once you get through that, on the way to Phoenix or to Tucson, because we went both ways, one way there, one way back, you have all these Border Patrol checkpoints along the highway. You have to slow down, and they look in your car, and they can detain you and check your car if possible. Do you think, is that part of it?
Yeah, so, one of the reasons that Trump said a wall and that resonated so much was that the American people don't trust our government to really follow through on border enforcement, and that a wall is sort of this tangible big thing. So I don't think Trump wants just some more manpower down there. I think he wants more physical barrier, or at least that's sort of what he ran on and promised, and so much of the electorate wants. So I don't think that that's necessarily the best way to add border enforcement, but it's certainly politically in demand because of the broad distrust for our government actually following through on its promise.
But the Democrats cannot give him the wall. It's so symbolic. And if he gets that, then he could like cover the middle again, and he doesn't have to because he's already appeased the base. They can't
the problem
do
is that the word "the wall" is sort of not a well-defined thing. We know we're not getting a concrete structure, a wall of China, or anything going the 1,900 miles from San Diego to Brownsville. And so we're going to get something short of that, but more than nothing. And so when you're looking at these things, you're always looking, how do both sides get to declare victory? Something like a wall, some impressive thing that spans some important part of the desert probably. And then at the same time, the Democrats are saying, well, he promised a 30-foot-high wall that Mexico was going to be paid for and it was made out of concrete. That was going to be a monument to racism, and he didn't get it. So that's, I think, where you get a point that the Democrats can say, yeah, he got a fence of some steel slats. He didn't get a wall. And he can say, that's a wall.
Wanted to get your take on Mitt Romney's op-ed that he wrote yesterday, January 1st, New Year's Day at 8 p.m. What's the play here? Is he going to be running for president in 2020?
Well, that's certainly a possibility I think he's going to hold open. I think just planting the flag that he was going to be someone who is not afraid of drawing Trump's ire. I mean, because that's the most obvious effect, right? You write this op-ed, it starts with a headline and a lead that clearly criticize him in a way that he's going to be the president's going to be sensitive to. You're going to draw his ire. So it sort of immediately sets you up on opposite sides. I think that hopefully it means that he's going to push the Senate. I mean, every liberal reporter looks at it and says, oh, he's still going to go along with the president. He's not going to undo his tax cuts or block his conservative judges. So they want Romney to be a liberal if he's going to live up to this. But we say, no, there are things that Congress can do to sort of keep the president in line. And we hope that Romney will be a leader on that, which, take back his ability to just impose tariffs, some other oversight matters, make sure if he does nominate somebody unqualified, don't confirm them. I hope that Romney's trying to establish himself as sort of the leader who holds the president to conservative and constitutional principles and isn't just trying to set up his own political career. So I'm not answering what Romney's doing. I'm telling you what we hope Romney is doing.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Tim Carney. Thanks for coming back. Happy New Year.
Hey, thanks, guys. Happy New Year.
And Tim Carney, senior political columnist for the Washington Examiner. He joined us on our Turnkey.pro answer line.
Hear about the big stories of the day, then talk about them right here on Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Hi, I'm attorney Stephen Leahy, and I help business owners, 1099 employees, and those with unfiled tax returns solve their IRS problems. And I'm also the host of the IRS Radio Hour.
And I'm Jim Leahy, the co-host of the IRS Radio Hour, heard right here every Sunday evening at 5 on AM 560.
The Answer. I know you want a local attorney you can look in the eye and hold accountable for solving your IRS problem, not some big box outfit without a Chicago connection. So today we have a special offer, a good night's sleep.
A good night's sleep? Are you trying to give away a pillow?
Great guess, Jim. But no, I want to help people solve the problems that are keeping them up at night. If you fear the IRS will take away your money, freeze your bank account, garnish your wages, visit your home or job, and now they can take away your passport, you need to hire me to solve your IRS problem for good.
Call attorney Stephen Leahy, your Chicago IRS answer man at 312-664-6649, 312-664-6649, and get the IRS out of your business and your life for good.
Have you inherited a coin collection and need help figuring out what it's worth? Do you have your own collection that's just sitting around collecting dust? Turn those old coins into cash at Kedzie Coins. Cash in and pay off bills. Use the money for a new set of wheels. Kedzie Coins is also buying scrap silver and gold on the spot, and they'll give you the best fair market prices. They're committed to the strictest standards of excellence and ethics, an accredited precious metals dealer member with family roots in the heart of Chicago and members of the Professional Numismatics Guild. In the market to buy, Kedzie Coins is your destination for one of the largest selections of gold and silver bullion minted in the U.S., an enormous inventory of government-issued world coins and U.S. paper money and currency. Visit KedzieCoins.net to see the full line of available stock, or stop by one of their 3 locations: Kedzie Coins and Jewelry on 59th and Kedzie in Chicago, What a Gem Jewelry and Coins in Berwyn, or their flagship store, Broadway Jewelry and Rare Coins in Kankakee. For more info or an appointment, call 773-436-0777. You've spent a lot of time and energy getting everything perfect with the planning and construction of your new property. But something's still missing. The interior and exterior of the structure turned out as planned, but there's still something you may not have even thought of until now. And it makes a big difference. The landscape. That's where AM Woodland Design makes the outdoors come alive to put that final detail on your build. Whether you're a commercial developer or custom home builder, AM Woodland Outdoor Design will put the finishing touches on your properties to make a complete and flawless presentation that will impress. As always, the expert team at AM Woodland Outdoor Design will guide you through every step of the process and provide quality service with integrity and reliability every time.
AM Woodland Outdoor Design, proudly serving Lake, Northern Cook, and Kenosha counties, helping make the communities they grew up in as beautiful as they can be. Visit amwoodland.com, that's amwoodland.com, or call 847-224-2167.
Message and data rates may apply.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration expert, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out today because they're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who texts GROW to 85850. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Text GROW to 85850. Ask about the Bosley Guarantee, GROW to 85850.
Hi, this is Rhett Rasmussen of BestHotGrill.com. Just because it's cold outside, it doesn't mean you need to stop grilling, not if you've got the right grill, and that would be a Solaire infrared grill. Solaire infrared grills perform equally well in the cold of winter as in the heat of summer. Just like you feel warm from the sun when you step out of the shadows, the Solaire infrared burners heat your food directly, not the air around the food like conventional grills do. The intense heat also results in the juiciest food you will ever taste from a grill, gas, charcoal, or otherwise. To get the great taste, it's all about the heat. And Solaire Infrared from BestHotGrill.com gets hotter than anything you've ever experienced. Try it yourself with the Solaire Demo Program. Solaire is truly the last grill you'll ever buy. Learn more about these amazing USA-made grills at BestHotGrill.com. That's BestHotGrill.com, BestHotGrill.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Oh, yeah. It's tequila time. At least it was with Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen when they rang in the new year on CNN.
Top of the hour to you from here in Times Square.
Is that your Irish accent?
No, it's just, I don't know what it is.
Oh,
Top
my God.
of the hour.
Here we are, me and Anderson and hundreds of thousands of people in the rain in
Yes,
Times
it's
Square.
our hourly toast.
It's not making it any less
Another
fun.
toast.
Cheers.
Cheers
Another
if
toast.
you have at home, if you're driving, but feel free to toast along with us.
Absolutely. You know what? Everybody here seems to be having a great time. Who's not a big drinker?
It's like burning your lungs.
It's burning your lungs. Feels good to me. We have some great guests and musical acts still to come.
I got to admit, that was
He
better
was
than
freaking out.
That was better than Cheryl Scott with a mask on doing the Eyes Wide Shut New Year's Eve.
Yeah, what did she do? She put on a...
Actually, supposedly she danced as well.
Oh, she's a great dancer.
Wonderful.
No, she went dancing with Chicago celebrities. She's really good.
I know. I was at Channel 5 when she wanted to
Oh,
replace
that's-
me on the show, on the
Oh,
Dancing with
yeah.
Chicago Celebrities, but I got to do it, actually, for radio station.
Right, but you get to do it. We've
Yeah.
participated in that.
No, I mean, but this is much better, far superior to
Oh, yeah.
Chicago Rising or whatever was on Channel
So
5.
Faye Dunaway,
Chi-Town.
who is beautiful still, just a timeless beauty. She was on the show, and they asked her about past loves, and it was one of those